You're a bit quiet,
Hello?
Sean. Hi, Bran.
Hey.
I'm a bit what?
You're a bit quiet.
Quiet? Okay, let me see if I can adjust my settings here.
Sorry, I'm eating late dinner.
No, that's fine.
I'm having an early pina colada.
Oh, by the way, that reminds me. I have a pretty tight 3 hours today because my buddy and I are gonna go see The Big Lebowski in the movie theater.
Oh, nice.
I thought you were going to say Jimmy Buffett when it was a pina colada reference reminded you.
Well, it was actually White Russians is what it made me think of.
No worries.
So.
3 hours it is, as usual. You guys spend your experience points. And tell me who's making notes today.
I think I have one more set of notes to do.
Okay.
Okay. So can you guys hear me okay, or am I still too quiet?
Now you're okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that. All right. Because I just have it on the setting that says it automatically sets my mic levels. So.
It happens.
Hey, Jason, who's after you with notes?
I'm not sure.
It might be me. I feel like, but it doesn't have to be. I think I'm next in the rotation.
Yeah, I was the last one, so.
Okay, so after Sean, it comes full circle. Then it's my turn again.
Exactly.
Okay.
Brian, what are you buying?
Yeah. I got resistance to poison and +5 intelligence.
Okay. Andrew?
I picked up +5 to weapon skill and +1 wound.
Nice. Jason?
I think everything I can take is something I kind of need learning. So, does anybody know two-handed in our group?
You mean ambidextrous?
No, two-handed weapon.
Weapon specialty?
Yeah.
Don't think so.
Weapon.
Not me anyway. If anybody, it'd be Lucas, but I don't think he has it.
No, I mean, I think that's some. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the GM, but I feel like that's something you can learn by practicing by yourself with. You don't necessarily need a teacher.
Yeah. You can learn by yourself, by practicing.
Okay. Well, I guess I will lean towards that, though I imagine it will take some time.
Well, it depends on how much and how often you train.
Yeah.
You know. And you also need to grab a double-handed weapon of some sorts.
Actually, yeah, I'll just hold off on spending anything at the moment because everything else is kind of a learned thing.
Okay.
Actually, I'll ask Sally if he could start teaching me some to lay in because I got a language, speak language thing going on here.
Okay.
It's probably entry into classical, right?
That's a very good idea to know more than one language.
Yeah.
Sean, what are you buying?
I was just looking through here, and I'm getting down to the last. But I just noticed that I have the ability to take strike to injure, which seems like a fun one to have.
It's a good ability. Yeah, it's a good trait.
Yeah, so I will take that.
All right, very well. So we have it all. Jason is making notes. Remind me, guys, where did we last ended our game? I mean, I remember, but I want you to tell me because I'm like that.
We just talked to the witch.
Well, we talked to the witch, and she told us to go after or try to hunt down in a witch hunter by the name of.
Yes.
The name.
Falconer something.
No, Osric Falkenheim.
Falkenheim, that's it.
Yeah, I'm
I
going
may have
to
put a different name.
write it. What?
It's in the notes, but it might not be the right
What
name.
Hold
was
on
our
a second.
next?
Okay.
Molly. No.
Man.
Molly.
Jason,
it's time down
What was our next lead to follow?
Oh yeah, I wrote down Osric, so that could be wrong. Witch Hunter Osric, or is that a different Witch Hunter?
No, it's Osric Falkenheim. She
Okay.
gave you that name, and I know that
Okay.
I'm rather bad at spelling names, so I'm probably going to write the most important names from now on. Because, for example, I was reading Sean's excellent post on his excellent blog with the notes, and it was like, all the names were wrong, and it's not because of you guys, it's because of me, because I'm right now I'm listening to our sessions from Talheim when I'm assembling my models, and my accent is so fucking thick that I can't really believe it when I'm listening to it.
He's writing in Old World.
Yeah, Reichspiel.
Yeah, Osric Falkenheim. I wrote it down. Of course, I just made it up how it was spelt, I think.
Yeah, same here. I don't.
Go to get information about him. I forgot. There was like a lead that we were supposed to.
No, we were just told to ask around town. Like, I don't think we actually got a lead. But
well,
maybe
she gave you some ideas. By the way, Andy, you here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. She gave you some ideas. I don't know if you've noted that. The ideas were to question individuals who normally interact with witch hunters, such as other witch hunters, jailers, magisters, priests of Moor, wood sellers, stakes, right? This kind of people. But you can probably just, ask about Falkenheim on the streets. Although...
So be careful how you do it.
Well, I know it's that, but it also it also might not work. Marienburg is a very big city.
I vaguely remember the jailer thing, and so we might be able. Well, I forget where we're back at the Busty Mermaid, was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I think we were just talking about what we were gonna do, and it's evening time now, right? Or am I mistaken in that?
Well, I mean, I think we finished our game last time when you were essentially going back to bed.
Right. Okay.
Because you visited Maida Widman, the former abbess of Shalayan Orphanage.
Right.
When it was
And she was shady.
Yeah, when it was very late. Well, was
right.
she?
Well,
Really?
and that was it. Yeah, we did that, and then after that was when we were convinced that we needed to talk to. So we went at night to talk to the former abbess, who is now a witch, or
Yeah.
And Sally offered her his dagger, but she didn't take it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can all roll for intelligence. Without any bonuses, modifiers, any sort of that kind of stuff. Just roll. Alright, Andrew passed. Sean did not pass, but he's a Sigmarite, so it's kind of fitting. Oh, Jason has a botch, very nice. You've got a headache, Jason.
Alright.
Vincent has a headache. And Brian?
1 second. I'm in the next room right now.
Okay.
Oh,
Intelligence.
let me look at something here. Oh, so it looks like if I
to me.
So the other thing I was thinking about is just looking. I think, well, I lost my holy water and my stakes, so those are the only things I'm missing to have all the trappings for Vampire Hunter. And then I was just looking at full plate armor and how much it costs.
500 gold crowns.
Oh, it costs 500. Okay, my book says 400. But in any event, if it was 400, but everything costs more in Marienburg, eh?
Wait a second.
Not with a
Whoa.
500 discount.
First of all, are you using Old World Armory? Because that's what we are using.
No, that's not what I'm. It's just
Yeah.
invincible.
So that's
Okay.
first of all.
Okay.
Full plate
I think it's the
armor.
same.
Actually, full plate armor does indeed cost 400, but since it's Marienburg, it's probably going to be more expensive.
Yeah. Okay. So that's out of my price range because I could have afforded 400 if I had sold my mail for full price and with my 260 that I have in my pocket or wherever I'm hiding it.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
technically, you need to have.
Where are you hiding your money? Because, like, remember, money also takes place.
Mhm.
Space. Sorry, space. not
yes.
Space.
I have some purses, but I don't remember. I have to look at my encumbrance sheet. I've also just come to the conclusion that I'm just going to be horribly encumbered for the rest of my life.
Yeah, well, encumbrance is kind of a nasty thing to deal with. Anyway, you've most of you passed your intelligence test. So now, what you've gathered from it? Wait a second. Fucking messenger. Swear to God. Okay, we're done. So first of all, what you know about the kid and the whole business with the Shalians? Shalians were acting strange, like really strange. Those of you who were at the orphanage saw that, for example, they were building some sort of pedestal to Carl, as it turns out.
Right, they were making like a whole,
Yeah, they were
whole-
singing songs about Carl, and the current abbess, Gerda Lutzen, was quite a bloodthirsty woman. You know? She, for example, she punished the young initiate Marietta Kuhn. Something that, and you know, the Shalans are normally, they're not about punishment, right? She punished her with the vow of silence, and she was essentially, you know, shit-talking her throughout the entire meeting. Like, stop being so clumsy, hurry up girl, don't be stupid, something like that. You've never met a Shalan who acted like that. Never. Then there was Marietta Kuhn slipped you a note about, you know, about Maida Widman, who was supposedly innocent and that the boy is dangerous. And Widman also told you about what happened. So, not to tell what your characters think, but your characters are not morons. Right now, it looks like Miss Lutzen and the Shalians are very freaking shady. Like, you know, they are under this kind of glamour, something like that.
right.
I
And
mean,
that was sort of
you know,
what.
Despite all your like religious beliefs or something like that, in the backs of your heads, you can't deny that this kid sounds really friggin' strange. Like, you know, suddenly he amasses an entire army of refugees who follow him, you know, who are you know, who are basically just forming this crusade overnight. Ex-Grand Theogenist and the Marienburg's like priest of Sigmar believe that this Carl is Sigmar reborn. Yeah, it sounds strange. I mean, it maybe if he would be like a seasoned demagogue with decades of practice, he could do that. But supposedly he's just a little kid. Oh, by the way, his description is that he's about 12 years old with a cherub-like face and you know, curly blonde hair. He's just a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
I feel like
how
it's
many
sort of,
people was he purported to have killed with his hammer?
well, oh
12
yeah,
or
by the way,
something.
one more thing. He supposedly killed like a couple of grown evil men. You don't know, like, you know, what kind of evil men, right? But evil men with just a hammer.
Weren't we told by the witch that the three guys were coming to check on him
No, you
Or
were
something
told
like
you were
that?
told this by Gerda Lutzen. You were told this by
Okay.
Gerda Lutzen that they came to the orphanage to to hire essentially a couple of young servants from the children, from the ranks of the children, and they saw the boy, and like the next night they've broken into the orphanage, killed a nun, well one of the initiates, and stole the boy away.
Okay.
And remember one more thing. Supposedly, this child, when he killed those evil men, he had the symbol of a twin-tailed comet on his chest. But Vidman told you that when he was brought to to the orphanage, he didn't have any mark.
Right.
So yeah. So that's what you know. Just a quick recap.
Yeah.
You want it to be next day, or you want to like speak now? It's like 1 a.m. You're very tired after the whole day of wandering through the city.
I think either way we'll probably start doing whatever we decide in the morning, so we could just go to bed and discuss in the morning.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's right.
So you guys,
Yeah.
Can I make my arrangements with the innkeeper? Just like I think we
the
just skip to
innkeeper
the
is
next day.
asleep. The innkeeper
Oh,
is asleep
okay.
at this point.
I'll do it the next morning. I just don't want it to take up game time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So you're doing what we've discussed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. You wake up the next morning. Sally, as it turns out, woke up first, and he's waiting for you in the common room, already eating his breakfast. Remind me, did the breakfast was like included in the price of the room, or did you have to pay for it? Like
It was separate.
it was separate. All right, so
Separate.
everyone 5 pennies for breakfast. If you want to eat something, please pay.
I've got everybody.
So okay, so
Gracias.
yeah.
That's how they say it in
Halfling is a
Tele-
generous
Tele-
man. You've all received. Some of you received fish, eggs, and goat cheese, and the others soup of catfish and parsnips. Whatever the parsnips are, I don't really know.
It's a root vegetable.
Okay, so now I know. Thank you. Oh, and of course there was a drink included in that price. A small glass of weak ale. It's rather early, honestly. So you have a full day ahead of you. Tell me, how are you planning to spend it?
Well, it looks like we need to find this Osric guy. So, I don't know where would witch hunters hang out. The Temple of Sigmar, or someplace else, or
The Temple
Well-
of Sigmar is closed. Remember
yeah,
that.
we went there yesterday, and it's all locked up because the guy has gone on the crusade. So because I think we need to quickly find out what Osric knows, and then we need to jam on it to catch up with the Crusaders.
I think the prisons, or any legal offices, maybe, and law related.
I'm just trying to think of would it make sense. I don't remember where. So they were displaying her over in the. They were displaying her over in the Templewick, right? But then her orphanage is all the way over in Dude Canal or Winkelmart, or on the border of it.
Yeah.
So it's just a question of, did they take her? Do you think they took her to the Temple of Sigmar because it was a blasphemy against the second coming of Sigmar? Is that why they took her over there, or is that just where they take people when they put them in the witch's cage?
That's what I was guessing, since it was.
I think it's
Sigmarite
because they
related.
were saying she was a heretic of Sigmar,
Okay. So that's just so I'm just wondering if it makes sense to go over there then to talk to the watch over there, to find out the whereabouts of her, because he was put across, because what did the new priestess said, that she thought that maybe the witch hunter was ripped apart by the crowd or something like that when she was caught for being a witch.
Indeed, the crowd
Okay.
supposedly rushed towards the, well, in her words, I believe she called them blasphemers.
Right.
And you know how crowds in the old world work. You still remember, flagellants in Taugad.
Yep.
We could say that we're looking for pieces of him as evidence that he has been destroyed. Like,
well, just
we're
to
looking
find
for-
his whereabouts, to make sure if to find out his whereabouts. Is he dead? Is he alive? Does he need to be hunted down? Does he need
I have a feeling he was not ripped to pieces. Like something
Me
else
too.
happened. I think
My
they're
feeling
saying
is
that
like-
stop looking.
Are witch hunters? Is that kind of? Do they organize through like a guild or a guild hall, or are they kind of on their own? Or
Roll for intelligence.
Is that intelligent? Okay.
Jason rolls. Okay.
I missed.
You have no idea.
Okay. But
Since
yeah,
Leopold wants to be a witch hunter, does he have any ideas?
Well, okay, roll.
Ooh.
You've heard a couple of interesting things about Marienburg and witch hunters. Essentially, here there are only licensed mercenary-like witch hunters. They're not affiliated with any of the temples. You've heard about it, while walking through the streets or sitting in one of the taverns in the city. Snippets of information which you've put together. Supposedly, that really irks witch hunters from the Empire, who are usually
Okay.
affiliated with one of the temples.
Correct.
Here, they are essentially freelancers. Just hunting witches
Well-
because they're good at it or because they hate them, but they don't necessarily have to be Sigmarites or Ulricans or Myrmidians. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's how it works.
I think we ought to kind of go off of what the lady in the cage said and kind of look for anything legal related, because even if it is a Empire witch hunter, they're going to be doing business with local law enforcement, I would imagine.
Right.
At,
Yeah.
at
I
least
def-
to some extent.
So my question is whether we do it closer to the orphanage or closer to where the Temple of Sigmar is.
Well, I guess it depends on how frequent, like if they have law enforcement outposts or guard shacks or local jails, or if there's a single jail.
We never did go to the guard barracks by the Temple of Sigmar. Like that was a lead that we
Right.
Um,
And then the watch post in jail marked on the map is in the exact opposite direction.
Yeah, but remember that this
Yeah.
kind of outposts, like Black Hat outposts, are in almost every single ward, and there are quite many of them. Maybe except Dude Canal, the poorest district ward in the city.
we could go to the nearest one and ask them if they have a like a larger jail, like a overseeing office where
Jason,
the higher.
you can also go to the nearest one and just ask for the guy.
Well,
Yeah.
That's what I was
Is it-
thinking. Look,
Like without even rolling, because it's once again like, a bit of an overthinking. I believe.
Yeah, let's just go to the nearest one and say, hey, do you know where this guy is? And then go from there.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So after finishing your meal, you get up. You walk out of the tavern. Oh, for how many days did you for how many nights did you book your room?
We were going night to night. I should probably talk to the innkeeper before we leave and say to hold our rooms for this night too.
Okay, so let's say that you did it while discussing the other stuff, and well, but of course you also had to pay like up front.
Okay. How much for the next night for everybody?
2 shillings per person.
Okay. I got it.
It's quite expensive.
Yeah. I tell.
Morning in Marienburg is chilly and windy. The usual permeating smell of salt, water, and sewage is everywhere. The buildings are so closely packed together that it's almost claustrophobic sometimes to walk through the streets. But it is true what they say about this city, that it is a place of great opportunities. And fortune can be made here, if one is brave enough. Well, you are certainly brave enough, as you search for the nearest guard outpost. You don't have to search long. In just 15 minutes, you are standing in front of a fortified, not too big, honestly, building, made from black wood and black timber and stone, with narrow windows, perfect, to fire a lot of crossbows from inside, and firearms, and bows. There is, of course, a symbol of the black hats, which is unsurprisingly a black hat painted above the entrance. And there are 2 black hats standing outside, drinking some kind of, hot steaming drink from their wooden cups, and speaking in hushed voices. You walk inside.
I'm gonna light my pipe and hang out.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out with Sally as well. I don't really want to go in there, and I don't think that he. Well, I know why he didn't want to go in there. And I don't think that I'm going to be particularly useful in that kind of environment.
Very well. So who goes inside?
I don't really want to talk to authority figures right now. I'd rather.
Is there a wanted board?
Yes, there is a wanted board outside.
I want to nervously look at that, see if anything resembling me shows up.
No, there's no accursed Darius present on the board.
What about the witch hunter we're looking for?
No, he's not there as well.
Okay, no, I'll follow Leopold in.
Okay.
Well, Vincent, it looks like they're leaving it to the Wissenland boys to take care of business again.
Per usual.
You walk inside. Jubal Falk is standing behind the counter. Finally found you. No, of course.
I die behind a table and flip it.
He's got a hell blaster!
In Marienburg.
Then I die behind a couch. Those are bulletproof.
It's true, at least according to Hollywood movies. No, anyway, as you enter inside, the place is gloomy and rather depressing. There is a heavy wooden desk, behind which sits a also grim-looking man with an impressive facial hair and only a single eye. He has an eye patch over his left eye. He looks at you sternly. Yes. How can I help
Morning to you, sir.
Fine citizens of Marienburg?
We are looking for an individual.
Really? Who's
Yes.
that?
Osric Falkenheim.
Osric Falkenheim. You roll gossip. You roll basic gossip test.
Doke.
Oh, nice.
Bam!
Osric Falkenheim, eh? I know where he is.
Oh.
But tell me, why are you searching for him?
As a devotee of Sigmar and a aspiring witch hunter, I am looking for him for information about the boy Carl.
Then I suggest you hurry up, because I doubt that old Osric will be in this world for much longer.
Where is he located?
He's located in the Golden Lotus Dreaming House in the Suit Dock. Not far from here. You can't miss
Okay.
it.
He's where?
In the Sud Dock, so the island just right across from the Fishermen's Association.
Yeah, but what building?
It's actually presented on the map.
Yeah, what's the building called? Is that a...
Okay, guys, if you're gonna be this loud, you have to go play Terraria downstairs.
Golden Lotus. I see it. It's next to the Three Penny Bridge and the Marienburg's Gentlemen's Club.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank
Well,
you.
I asked the guy behind the desk, what is the Golden Lotus building?
It's a place where you can indulge in the vice of smoking Black Lotus resin.
What's he doing here, and why do you say he's not long for the world?
Well, and he like whispers to you. I've heard from a friend of mine that he's... Okay. What's that sound?
Can I help you move your furniture while we discuss this?
I've
They're
heard,
remodeling.
I've heard from a friend of mine that he got badly mauled just outside the temple of Sigmar. Like really badly mauled, if you know what I mean. I've also heard that Black Lotus supposedly dulls the pain as well as other senses. It's, I believe it's illegal in the Empire, but you can smoke it here in Marienburg, if you have the right amount of cash, of course.
Alright.
And I would be very careful if I were you, if you're planning to go there.
Why so? Dangerous part of town?
Well, no, I mean, kind of, yes, but it's a drug den. I mean, legally working drug den, but a drug den nonetheless. As a representative of the law, it is my duty to inform you that there could be consequences. Remember, hugs, not drugs.
Yeah. Consequences noted.
Yes.
Alright.
Well, thank you, good sir.
Yes, thank you as well. Have a nice day. By the way, what's your name, sir?
My name, Leopold Bozelman.
And you are?
Oh well.
Vincent Drake?
Vincent Drake? Oh, right.
You may have heard of my brother Francis.
Hey, I'd have gone with Bruce Wayne. So.
Very
My
well.
cousin Vincent.
I thought he was going to go with Hey, would you blow me?
Very well, Herr Bozelman.
Icy Wiener.
Very well, Herr Bozelman and Herr Drake. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
No,
Leopold
I-
wants credit for everything he does if he gets it. If he gets it at this point.
Okay.
I want to do a little gesture of a salute. And,
Yeah, and you exit the the guardhouse. Okay, outside your friends are still, waiting for you.
Puffing on my
Chilling.
pipe.
Yeah, it's rather chilly this day. The sky is of course overcast. It will probably rain, maybe even snow, but it's not yet. Not yet. So you join your
I've
friends.
been just chit chatting with Gennaro and Tylian, so the guards wouldn't bother us the whole time.
All right. Yeah, right. Sure, no problem.
Just so I sound like I don't speak language,
Yeah, you chat a bit. Ordinary conversation. The guards are not even taking interest in you. They're just talking to each other. You don't hear about what they're whispering. Well, talking very
Yeah.
quietly. Anyway, Leopold and Vincent emerge from the insides of the guardhouse and walk right to you.
Yes. Hey, fellas, we found a lead on this Osric guy. He's at the Golden Lotus Dreaming Club.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound like he has he's long for this world. So I do a little salute to Moore. So we might want to hurry our way over there before he succumbs to his wounds. Apparently, he got mauled.
And
Well, by
perhaps
the crowd?
you can yeah, that he got that's what the abbess said, that he got mauled by the crowd. So apparently his injuries were pretty bad. He's trying to numb the pain of them. Also, maybe it's an opportunity for you to do some business while we're there, Sally.
I've been carrying something around for a while that might be profitable in a place like that.
What exactly?
Okay, hey,
Uh,
hold on just a minute. I gotta do something for one of the kids. I'll be right back.
No worries.
The question is it still good? Bad Men's Cat Mushroom.
One time special.
Good old days.
Okay, wait a second.
Is there not a mute button on Skype? I'm just saying.
Yeah, there is, but it's all right. Yeah. My kids are at the age where they lock themselves in their rooms, so.
Well, you have trouble getting them to make noise.
Yeah. I think they're also. No, they're still here. I don't know what they're doing right now. We start school on Tuesday.
So he's.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
So we should head over there, and yeah, it's according to the magistrate, it's a rough and tumble place, but I think we've seen worse in Talabheim, so I think we're good.
Keep your purses tight around the neck.
Yeah, Michael, I've had 1 pound of Madman's Cap mushrooms since we started playing this. So are they still good?
They're probably dried, I would imagine.
Well, yeah, they're actually supposed to be dried out, but if they get really wet.
I'm here. Everyone's here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Andy?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, that's what...
Yeah.
So anyway, Leopold was saying stuff about
Mhm.
Osric
just saying that-
Falkenheim. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and that maybe Sally can conduct some business while we're there. He said something about some mushrooms.
Yeah, I've had 1 pound of Madman's Cap mushrooms
Yeah,
since we
but-
started playing.
How did you manage to still have them after Talabheim when you've lost all your gear and so on?
I didn't lose my gear.
You don't want to know.
No, but that's what I grabbed. I could either grab my armor or my backpack, so I grabbed the backpack.
Okay.
Like when we ran. in.
Okay, sure. Right, so,
That was like all the money and everything, you know what I mean?
yeah. So, are you planning to go there?
Yes, I think
Yeah, I'm
on
just
the
asking-
double.
If the Madman's Cap is still good, because I imagine it would have to stay dry, and it's been a long time, so...
Roll D10.
Okay.
1-5, they're not good. Well, they're not... Shit, they're good. Okay, they're still good. Okay, so, well, you don't really know where Golden Lotus Dreaming Club is. Remember that.
Yeah. We know it's in the Dinkle or the Sui dock, so I
Yeah.
think we'll make our way there, then start asking around, starting
We
with
should-
the boatman.
Yeah, we should just get a boatman. Say, hey, take us to the Golden Lotus, dude.
Okay. You are going to the dock between Winkelmarkt and Sui dock. As you are approaching the dock itself, you can hear behind you someone screaming, "Mein Herren, mein Herren!" You turn around and you see a young kid, essentially a street urchin. He runs to you. He's like 8 years old, scruffy looking, kid of the streets, so to speak. He's panting a bit. Excuse me, I have a message for you. A fellow knows more about the whereabouts of the man you're looking for, and wants to meet and discuss a price. If you
Where
want,
did this man come from?
well, he only asked me to give you this message and to lead you to the place where he wants to meet you.
This didn't happen near the Busty Mermaid, did it?
No, Miner, it's actually not far from here. One of the warehouses.
Sounds pretty shady.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think we don't have much choice. I shouldn't say
I'm
we
gonna make
don't
sure
have
my
much choice,
pistol's
but-
loaded and then tuck it back into my belt. Let's go.
Yeah.
I make sure I still have my purse.
Yeah, you have it.
Okay.
I'm gonna unwrap the cloth I keep around the flintlocks of the rifle and pistol.
Okay. So it was only Leopold who sold his pistol, right?
Correct.
Alright, okay.
Well, I don't know. I sold my pistol, yes.
Yeah.
And my blunderbuss.
I sold a blunderbuss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept my stuff. I haven't really sold anything.
Right. You are following the kid to an out-of-the-way dockside warehouse in the Winkelmark district.
Yeah.
He essentially opens the door and, points inside. He's waiting for you there. Oh, and he told me that you would pay me silver shilling for the trouble.
We would pay you a silver shilling.
Huh? He told you wrong, son.
You see that he's very sad.
I'm
And
gonna reach into my pants and pull out a.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. This is a family game.
That's
dude.
where I can keep my money.
Hey, it's Marienburg.
what happens?
These
I-
Marienburgers.
I draw my sword and dagger and before entering the room.
All right.
I'm
Sally,
gonna take a long look behind us and be the last one in with the rifle somewhat at the ready.
Okay. Sally, what were you going to do with the money? I presume. I hope it's money.
And then tell him to scram.
He says, "Thank you. Ronald bless you." And he runs.
Hey,
away.
real quick before he runs
Yes?
off.
Get out of here, kid.
Do you know where the and I snap my fingers and point to Leopold?
Golden
what's-
Lotus?
Golden Lotus Dreaming Club is.
Yeah. Do you know where the Golden Lotus?
Yes,
Rooming
yes, Miner.
club.
I know. It's in the northwestern part of Suidok, right next to the Free Penny Bridge.
If you wanna earn a couple more pence, do you mind waiting out here and leading us there when we come back?
He looks at you like with a conflict on his young face, bites his lip, but then nods his head. Very well, I will wait for you over there. And he points to a small alley not far from your current location.
All right.
Right.
I nod and
Okay. You enter inside. This warehouse clearly hasn't been used in a while. There are a lot of crates and barrels stocked almost up to the ceiling, but there is a bit of space between all the stuff here. And as you enter the place, from behind the crate emerges a man, a grim-faced dock worker. He's huge. He's essentially built like a cart. He wears simple dockworker clothes consisting of a long-sleeved woolen sweater and black breeches, and his head is covered with a black cap. A small whistle hangs from a cord around his neck. You can see that he also has a club tucked behind his belt. He looks at you. Alright, let me make it as quick as possible. Look, Osric doesn't wish to be found, and anyone who doesn't want their legs broken would do well to stop asking after him. Capiche?
What are you, Talayan? No, I'm just kidding.
I raised an eyebrow too. Yeah.
So,
Says who?
says me.
Okay.
Now scram.
Is this
I
where we
think,
do the Indiana Jones thing? Pull out the pistol and shoot him dead?
I think our intentions are, you're misinterpreting our intentions. We don't mean any harm to him. We're actually pursuing a rumor that he might be involved with.
Test charm.
So leave. Oh, okay.
No, Jason, test charm. by the way.
Alright. I do have charm. Huzzah.
Nice. He takes a long look at you, nods his head. Very well. So you don't want to harm old Osric more than he has been already hurt, right?
No, he's certainly been
Absolutely
through enough. If anything, if there's anything we could do to keep him up and running for as long as possible, we will. But more importantly is the information he might have that will help his cause as well as ours.
Look, I was there when that happened, alright? I can tell you all about it.
Please do. We're searching for the truth.
Osric heard damn quick that fool priest of Sigmar, Helmut, was claiming some boy was Sigmar himself, and had gathered a big crowd. Well, he and some lads I know went up to see for themselves what was going on. Myself included. You see, the thing is, the crowd was half mad, but even so, there aren't many who stand in the way of a witch hunter, mad or not. So old Osric, he pushes his way in until he's right on the foot of the stairs, with Helmut and this boy standing in front of Sigmar's temple as bold as brass. Osric recognized the boy right off, and he started shouting down Helmut as a fool and the boy as an imposter. He didn't get very far before the crowd turned ugly and started grabbing onto him. They must have been crazy to try to do that to one of his kind, cause old Osric is out with his sword and starts laying about to keep the blighters off. Well, one of them bastards comes up with a flagstone right into the back of his head and knocks old Osric out on the ground. The crowd was out for blood, and that piece of filth Helmut, he's shouting Osric is a murdering blasphemer and that he tried to kill the boy. Me and the lads, we managed to drag Osric out of there, but the crowd done beat him near to death. He was taken to a leech, who kept him from dancing with more, but it might have been better. Well, he was howling from the pain and ale wasn't strong enough. So we took pity on the poor fellow, brought him where he won't feel nothing no more. He's in the Golden Lotus, at least his body is, and he doesn't look to be living until his mind or his pockets are empty for good.
Is he still aware to be questioned?
It's hard to
Or
tell.
is his mind slipping?
It's hard to tell when the Lotus is in your mind. I don't know. I've heard tales about people not feeling any sort of pain when they're under the influence of the resin. If you really want to go there, you might need to find out a way to speak with him. If he's even willing to, if he'll be even willing to speak with you. Osric, even before his, incident, was a foul-mouthed and foul-tempered man.
Did do you know if he lost any of his equipment or anything when he got attacked, or
Most of it, but it's not important, man. The thing is that that both of his legs are broken in many places, and one of his hands is permanently damaged. He won't be able to ever use it anymore.
Uh,
Yeah.
Do you know what he was doing in town?
Well, he's a witch hunter, a licensed witch hunter, working in Marienburg. He was probably, I don't know, either waiting for a new contract or maybe following some lead. I don't know. I've helped him, with hiring some muscle to help on his hands in his hands.
Yeah.
so,
Go ahead, Leopold.
So you were there. Do you know where and when Helmut and the boy left with the crusade and where they were going?
Nah, not really. I've heard that was some time ago, a few days ago. Supposedly, Vincomarkt is almost deserted right now, or half deserted.
Hmm.
I'm mainly keeping to the shore these days, so you know.
Well,
Besides,
I appreciate-
Vincomarkt is dying out. Suidok is taking most of its traders and responsibilities, so to speak. Soon, Vincomarkt will follow the fate of Dude Canal, I reckon. Anyway, if you're going to the Golden Lotus, take this, and he handles you, Vincent, a wooden token painted on either side with a gold flower. It will get you in the Golden Lotus without any trouble. Don't you know?
Well, thank
I'm
you,
gonna hand
sir,
him
for all your
a
help.
gold.
Keep the money, Halfling. If you visit Osric, pay the man inside this crown so that he might be staying there for a little longer. Without the Lotus, he'll probably just die from pain, or
I
go
cross
mad,
my fingers.
or go mad from it. Now off you go. Good luck.
What do you know about the stack of knives here in town?
If he even heard of them. Never heard of them. What's some kind of assassin's guild?
They're comedians with a very narrow sense of humor.
I never heard of them. Right.
Thank you. Let's go, gentlemen.
Yeah. You are leaving the warehouse. Oh, by the way, the man introduced himself. I forgot about that. Sorry. His name is Horst Breuer.
Horst. I will remember your name, Horst.
Good luck! He shouts one more time. That's his name. And he closes the door to the warehouse behind you. The kid is still waiting for you.
Alright.
How goes it, kid?
He just,
Thanks, Vincent.
He just shrugs.
Is
So,
he surprised to see us again?
no. No, not really.
Well, to the
The
Golden
Golden
Lotus?
Lotus. Yes.
Follow me, he says. And he leads you a longer way, honestly, because he leads you to the southeast, through the bridge, over the bridge, near the watch post and jail. Then you can see it on the map. Through the island in which there's the orphanage of Blessed Rufa, little cafe. Then you're crossing the bridge, like another bridge, and then the Free Penny Bridge, which, by the way, you had to pay each of you a total sum of 12 pennies if you want to go this far.
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, once again, Sally just pays for everyone, including Kid and Gennaro, remember that. So, you know.
Is 12 total, or is it more?
No, 12 per person. You've crossed you've crossed 3 bridges.
Okay.
So
hang on, let me figure
12
this out.
times 6.
Yeah.
So 70 pennies.
Yep.
So
72.
what's that broken down into silver and gold?
Wait a second.
Is it 24 pence for a shilling?
No. It's
20 pence and
It's
shilling
12
Ah.
pence per shilling.
So it's okay. So it's
So it would just be 6
shillings.
shillings.
Yeah.
Okay, that's easier.
Yeah, that makes it easier.
Yeah, I think like normally, like in normal campaigns, everybody would pay for themselves, but we have this system, so it's like really complicates the math.
yeah.
Is this one person paying for everybody?
Yeah, so at least we don't have to exchange our imperial coins into local currency.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Marienburg, accepts almost every sort of currency, including Kislevite money, and even it is rumored Norscan strange currency.
Well, and I mean, even historically, that was pretty common. I don't know if are any of you guys familiar with the Offa coins from England?
Not really.
King Offa.
Oh yeah.
So King Offa of England, he was an Anglo-Saxon king of England, had coins printed that around the edge say "There is no God but Allah," or "There is no God but God," and Muhammad is his prophet, or whatever that Islamic saying is.
Mm-hmm.
It literally has that in Arabic written around the side of it. Now, I mean, obviously they didn't know what that meant, but that just shows like people tended to copy everybody else's coins anyway, because really the value of the coin was the metal that made the coin. So, an imperial crown that is, made out of X percentage of gold and weighs, whatever, has whatever weight is going to be worth this, the value is in the gold or the silver or the metal. So, whoever stamped it doesn't really matter that much.
Right. Well, isn't that why they started weighing them? Because people were like snipping off the edges of coins and making their own coins from them.
Well, and it would get out that, such and such countries, coins were really, only 50% gold or whatever. And so, they would be worth less. But if you could trust the coin, which I would wager Marienburgers can easily trust imperial currency.
And it was like punishable by death, like if you messed with it, you know what I mean?
If you got caught.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Marienburg is much more lenient when it comes to this kind of stuff. So, anyway, at the end of the Threepenny Bridge, remember that in Marienburg there are buildings on the bridges. And at the end of the Threepenny Bridge lies the most notorious drug den in all of Suidok, at least according to the kid, who is named Matthias, by the way. The dilapidated three-story building clings to the end of the Threepenny Bridge. The stained building looks as if an errant breeze might send it tumbling into the canal. The place is easily identified by the acrid scent of black lotus fumes and the peeling signboard hanging over the alley door, painted with the image of a golden lotus. You actually have to enter the building through the alley. The alley door is barred, probably, from the other side, as it looks rather sturdy, and is unremarkable except for a narrow shattered panel at eye height. Kid points towards the building. That's it. So now about that price.
Right. I kind of look at Sally.
Another
spare a few
silver.
pence. Ooh, it's silver.
Yep.
Well, he looks at the money with, with a beaming smile on his face. Looks at you. Thank you, Minel. See you soon. And runs away. You're standing not far from the Golden Lotus dreaming house. How are you planning to carry on with your mission?
How strong is the scent of, I guess, drugs or whatever is in the air?
Contact high.
Yeah. If it's terribly strong, I'll be putting a scarf over my face because the guy's got me wondering.
I'm gonna lean over to Sally and make fun of Mr. Goody Two Shoes here quietly and whisper.
Temple of Moore's giving him a drug test.
You guys forget what happened on the way to Talabheim?
Oh yeah.
You might be waking up. You might be waking up on the side of the on the side of the river with your pockets empty. You could take your own risks. I'm not going to risk that being.
Yeah, if the people working at the door are wearing masks, I'm going to bring a handkerchief up over my face.
I heard it works better if you soak it in urine first.
It's athlete's foot.
Okay, so who's going to the door?
I'll
go in.
If Vincent isn't going to do it, I'll do it. I need the token though.
No, yeah, I'm still going to go in.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, you got the token. So. We're all going in, I guess.
So
Are
you're
you leaving Gennaro outside?
No,
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
yeah, Gennaro. You know, he's not.
We don't need to get him to exchange one vice for another.
Yeah.
you good staying out here, big guy?
Yeah, I can wait here.
Do that back.
If you need any help, just shout.
Want
Think
to,
of yourself.
hold out the token I was given.
Okay, you walk to the door, and you knock.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Because if you try and open the door is locked. Essentially.
I thought
Hold
there
on
was
a
somebody
second, I'm
standing
sorry.
outside. But yeah,
No.
Miles, you keep moving
I'll-
on the floor like that.
Sorry.
I'll approach the door and give a knock.
Okay. You knock at the door, and suddenly the panel is pulled back. Okay, let's wait a bit. A bit more.
Here you go.
Thank you.
A little longer.
I awkwardly stare into the ice slit.
Hello.
I hear whispering on the other side of the door. Hello?
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
No worries. Okay. You knock at the door. The panel is pulled back to reveal dark, auspicious eyes in a ruddy, exotic face. It takes you a split second to realize when was the last time you saw that kind of face. It was in the dream, in the Arabic. Yes. What you want?
I want to hold up the token and not say
The
anything.
man speaks with a horrible, like Reichspiel accent, and you're almost certain that he knows very few words in this language. You show him the token. He, he looks at it for a long time, closes the panel, opens the door. You see that the man is athletically built. You can't really discern his age. He's not too old, but he's also definitely not too young. He wears simple clothing of an unusual cut. Again, you had this kind of clothing once. Over top,
I still do.
yeah, over top of his tunic, he wears a leather jacket and a male shirt that hangs over his black breeches. You see that he apparently disdains shoes because his feet are bare despite it being winter. There's a scimitar at his hip. Behind him you can see a crossbow, propped by the wall. He also has a small wooden shield at his side, and of course a dagger. He's clearly exotic. He has golden skin, dark eyes, and black hair pulled back in a single braid. You go inside. He points at you, Vincent.
Okay, I kind of look back at the others and walk in.
He closes the door in front of the others.
Oh shit.
Closes the door and he, bolts it from the inside. Vincent, you can see that, the bolt is is of a very good quality. Like the building may be ramshackle, but the bolt is essentially very sturdy. It would probably be hard to break down these doors. Anyway.
Well, Gennaro, I decided I'm staying out here with you.
Gennaro just,
I take a step back and look around the building just in case we got to go busting in. I don't think we will, but better safe than sorry kind of stuff.
There are no windows on the bottom floor.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. Vincent, you are you see that there's a creaking staircase leading down. The Arabian, points towards the staircase. Go! Go!
Alright, I'm gonna nod and proceed down the stairs, cautiously looking back.
You see that he sits back at his stool. That's that's not very far from his loaded crossbow. The crossbow is loaded, and he steals a glance your way as if to make sure that you will actually go down the stairs. You go down the stairs to a large, dimly lit room. This large room is filled with all sorts of chairs, couches, sitting places. Well, like half sitting, half like lying. I don't know what they are called in English. So it's not sofa. It's like what the Romans used, during their feasts.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I don't know what they're called, but
yeah. So anyway, there are men here, men with dazed, moronic expressions. Slump in the three high bunks filling this area, occasionally bursting into shouts or tittering laughter. You see that there's a single attendant with a cloth wrapped over his mouth and nose. He walks, from one man to another, takes their money, and refills pipes that the patrons hold. Clouds of thick, acrid smoke waft through the room and stain the rafters overhead a blue-black color. You also see that there's another narrow staircase at the far end of the room that leads to the second floor. But first, you need to make a toughness test, because the smoke is very, very, very unpleasant to breathe in.
do I have a bonus for having a cloth wrapped around my mouth?
You have?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was the only one who did.
You have +5 to your test.
Alright.
Nice.
Alright.
Right now, it's not too bad, but the smoke is slowly getting to you. The man walks towards you. He presents himself as Crawler. Welcome to the Golden Lotus Dreaming House. I am Crawler. I'll be your guide. How may I help you?
I'm gonna slowly bow and be like, I'm looking for a compatriot of mine. I wish to join him for a bit. He's
Yes.
I guess he's a Marienberger. His name is
Osric.
Osric.
You're not there.
Osric.
Yes, I am not there.
Oh, Herr Falkenheim.
Yes,
Yes, he's indeed our guest.
he's had a bit of a turn for the worse, it seems.
Well, not because of our treatment.
Oh no, of course not.
Yes.
It's your treatment which is keeping him together. I'm
Yes,
sure.
well, you see, unfortunately, there's this policy we have here that our client's privacy is of utmost importance to us. So, unfortunately, I can't help you with that. However,
Does this policy come with a price?
well, however, of course, if you would be willing to make a small donation to our Widows and Orphans Fund, then maybe we could discuss things.
Absolutely. I reach into my purse and pull out 2 silver.
He looks at you like you've shown him a doctorate. Well, there are a lot of widows and orphans in our... what's the word? Jesus.
Orphanage of the Blessed Rutha.
No, I mean, community. community.
Oh.
Sorry, in our community. I'm afraid that it's a bit too little.
I pull out 3 more silver.
No, he looks at you with this look.
It's for the kids. Come on.
Bitch, either give me gold or get the fuck out.
Won't somebody think of the children?
All right, I'll pull out a gold coin.
Make it 10 more and we can talk.
10.
He's acting like Leopold right now.
All right.
Channeling.
I give him the 1, then pull out 10 more, counting very slowly as I put each one into his palm.
After the last one, he smiles broadly behind his cloth, pockets the money. Please follow me. And leads you to the second floor.
And I say it in the Arabian language. Afwan, Tinain, Talati, Arva, and so on.
What?
I have no idea.
I was using the medallion to count in Arabic,
Alright.
kind of make a point.
Oh, okay. But what did it meant? Like, you know.
No, I was just counting each coin.
Oh,
1,
okay,
2,
okay.
3, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. He leads you to the second floor. There's the second floor consists of a narrow corridor with doors on either side. At the very end, the doors are all identical. From behind each door, you can hear, sounds of essentially people smoking long pipes, like, like, some of them are giggling like madmen, others are like, they are all stoned. Like, seriously, they're just like heavily intoxicated. It's time for you to make another toughness test.
All right.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll for use a luck on that one.
All right. Nice.
Nice.
You've almost caught too much smoke in your lungs, but at the last time, you've just stopped breathing for a second. Anyway, Color leads you to
Hold it in there.
Yeah, Color leads you to the last set of doors. He opens it. You can see that inside the room is extremely small. You can see that inside there's a narrow cot, and on the narrow cot, clutching a still smoldering pipe, lies a man. He's in his late 50s, and it's clear to you that he's after a life of bitter fights. His scarred form is now badly crippled. Both legs have been shattered and crudely set, and his left arm has curled into a useless claw from torn ligaments. His leathery face shows the scars of ancient burns, with one of his ears only a grizzled stub, and his white hair and beard growing in odd clumps. His eyes are... his pupils are dilated. He has icy blue eyes, which are normally probably, forming an uncompromising stare under a creased brow, and his probably normally tight and grim mouth is right now slack and drooling. His jaw is unshaven, and his left arm is covered in filthy bandages, as well as both of his legs. Here you have Herr Osric Falkenheim. Please do not do him any harm, or we will have to use force against you.
Understood.
Have a nice day. And with that, he, walks back to the end of the corridor and down the stairs. The man just looks into infinity, essentially.
Osric, I kind of bend over and slap the side of his cheek, kind of trying to get a response.
He's not reacting.
So, old buddy, I hear you've been through some hard times. I say this while kind of searching his gear, going through his pockets for a piece of paper.
He's not reacting.
Okay.
His
Am I
pocket-
finding anything on him?
No.
No. Okay. Does he have-
You've essentially, searched like sweaty, dirty pockets of an old man who almost certainly more than once has soiled himself.
Yeah, I was kind of looking to see if you had some kind of warrant or paperwork. Osric, how's your boy, the old son of Sigmar, or Sigmar reborn? Trying to get a response out of him.
He's not reacting.
Could I splash some water on him? Or like, what do I have around me? Is there anything I can kind of
No, I mean, other than Osric himself and the narrow cot and the pipe, there's nothing in this room. Well, room, it's more like a very small cell, honestly.
I imagine the pipe is has a hot end to it.
Well, the pipe you can see is still smoldering and contains some kind of ashy dregs, probably of the aforementioned Black Lotus resin, but other than that, yeah, that's it.
Alright, he's got no gear on him. He's got no paperwork on him.
Nope.
He's not responding.
Nope.
Can I splash a little water from my
You can.
canteen on him? Do that.
You splashed him
Wake
with
up, Osric.
You splashed him with water.
For the sake of Sigmar, wake up, man.
He apparently doesn't wake up.
Can I tell if he's alive?
Yeah, is he dead?
Yes, he is breathing, of course, he's breathing.
Oh, okay.
I was given blood one time, and this dude passed out, and the nurse hauled off and slapped him so hard, I couldn't believe it. It was like a snuff film or something. She hit him so hard.
Well, she would probably lost her job if she. I mean,
it was it was pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
But I mean it brought him too. So
well, okay, but
yeah, I know.
That's pretty hardcore, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Anyway, back to Vincent.
Yeah. Any
Vincent, make another toughness test, -10 this time. You're in a very small room filled with the smoke. Filled with smoke.
minus 10.
Nope. This want another luck point? Spend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Another luck point. Close. Passed though.
Alright, second luck point.
Alright, I have a healing drought. Can I try to put that, try to get him to take that?
Yeah, sure, you can.
And I don't know how antitoxins work, but is that something that I can use as well?
You have medicine?
I have antitoxins.
No, do you have medicine skill?
No.
Okay. Give him the draught if you want.
I'll give him the drought then.
Roll for agility.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's actually missing wounds. He might just be.
Oh, nice.
But by the way, guys, that's pronounced draft.
Yeah, draft. Draft, yeah.
That's one of those funky British spellings.
Alright. You're trying to make this man, who is not responding, drink. He begins to choke.
Alright, I want to turn his head so he's not choking. I want to pull him up, set him up, so he's not choking.
He's already sitting.
Well, I'm
Well,
like
half,
leaning him over.
half sitting, half laying on the bed, on the cot.
Yeah. Well, well, that's not working.
Waterboarding a drug addict over here.
Well, if it wakes him up, that's not a terrible idea.
Your addiction's
Osric.
negatively affecting me in the following ways.
Osric, is he responding at all after that?
He like stops choking. You can see that his face is completely red. His eyes are, running with tears. He looks at you with that moronic gaze, and he takes his pipe into his mouth and like, oh yeah, super fine.
Osric,
Nothing. Another toughness test.
is there a window?
Minus 15. No, there's no window.
Alright. Well, I'm
Tell me you got White Castle outside.
I'm running out of luck points, but I think I ought to just keep using them. I guess I'll use...
You're third.
Alright.
Alright, you begin to cough yourself uncontrollably and your eyes stream. Essentially, from now on, you have minus 5% penalty to all test. Oh, sorry.
Alright.
It's like minus 15. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I'm going to... I want to cock my...
Osric,
ahead.
as you coughs, he looks at you, and he offers you his pipe. As well, that actually sounded very bad. Sorry. Like, without a word, he just like handles you his pipe.
Alright. I'm guessing there's no window in this
No,
floor.
you don't think that there are any windows here, actually.
Yeah,
to
I want to
think
just
of
put his hand down with the pipe, and I'm going to start making my way out of here.
You make your way out of here. At the end of the corridor, Caller waits for you. So, how did the speech went, Miner?
He's enjoying their product, that's all I gotta say, and I kind of just walk back by him as I say that.
If you want to speak with him, I can help you.
How so? I kind of stop in my place.
Well, you see, there's this concoction that helps to clear one's mind. It's rather unpleasant feeling, so... And he will probably not thank you for it, but he will come to his senses. Of course, it comes for a price.
How much is it?
For you, it's 15 gold crowns.
I'll take 2.
Yeah, I also see that you've been inhaling the smoke yourself. I may offer you 2 of said draughts for a total of 25.
And remember, it's a negative
Definitely
15% test to your common sense on what to do. So
Yeah. Very, very well.
2 for 25?
How long does this work?
Well, it should work long enough for you to speak with the man and ask him anything.
Very well, 25 it is.
He takes your money.
Jesus.
He notices my purse is almost empty.
He takes the money and offers you 2 small glass vials with some strange dark liquid inside.
Alright.
Drink
Well,
one immediately if you want to get well.
Yeah, and I will.
You drink one. After a split second, you feel that your stomach revolts, but you're holding the insides of your stomach, inside. You don't vomit. Your mind clears and you stop coughing. That said, there's still this kind of unpleasant headache. So right now you only have -5 to all 2-0 tests instead of minus 15.
All right.
You walk back to Osric's place, to Osric's room.
Yep.
And you give him the the stuff. So roll for agility.
Oh my god. Okay.
On a botch, he dies.
Oh, thank goodness. He takes it out.
Yeah.
Save that look.
You've given him this concoction. After a split second, he begins to cough, hack uncontrollably. You see that his eyes focused once again, his jaw closed. He, he's like, damn you! What did you give me, you fucking bastard? Curse you! Fucking.
Something to wake you up, old man.
I'll
We need
show
to
you, old
talk.
man, you asshole. Who the fuck are you anyway?
I'm here investigating the Sigmar reborn, or the supposed Sigmar reborn. I have a feeling that he's just another imposter.
Roll for charm.
Nope.
All right. He like.
I can use a look for that. That's pretty crazy.
Okay.
It's my last one, so.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's a little better.
You saw that he was like reaching under his pillow, but at the last moment stopped. What did you say?
I say I think that boy is an imposter.
You're after the boy, the accursed mutant.
Yes. What do you know of the boy?
Ah, damn it! I'll tell you what I know about the boy, but only if you promise me that you put an end to him. Once and for all. Promise me now, on whatever god that you pray to.
Me and my compatriots will.
I don't care about your
do
compatriots.
nothing but.
Promise me, and I will tell you everything. If not, fuck off. Get the fuck out of here.
I promise I will end this heretic.
You do realize that you've just promised on more himself to do that. That's a very powerful promise.
Okay. I promise if this boy is who you say he is, I will end him.
Not if. Promise. He's an abomination. Vile scum. If you want to make a promise right now, I don't want to see you here.
Can we get this in writing?
It's rather
Just kidding.
simple. Either you promise to him.
Yeah.
or...
Yes. I promise to him.
All right. He looks at you for a few seconds, and then you see that his eyes once again take on this glossy sheen, but it's not because of the drugs, it's because he remembers. It was mostly the same as all the other times I killed filthy mutants worshipping their dark gods. A witch hunter's work doesn't change much. Some years back we'd learned from the swampers, those folk who gather herbs in the marsh, that they saw lights and heard strange noises from an old ruin deep in the mire. Well, me and some fellows paid one of them a bloody ransom to take us out there, and it was just as they said. It was night when we got to the ruin and had a peek inside. I'd guess there was some 24 cultists, 2 in fancy dress who must have been priests. Most of them had the mark of chaos upon them, sure enough. But what caught our eye was one of the priests had a babe in his arms, and looked about to drown the poor thing in a pool of water they were gathered around. We didn't waste time in offering them merciful deaths, just fired and cut into them trying to save the baby. Now, when most of these scum see a witch hunter, they know to run. But this lot was different. You could see it in their faces like they were all drugged. They went mad trying to keep us from the boy. By the end of it, only a handful escaped into the night. The rest died on our blades rather than surrender the babe. But the boy wasn't hurt a bit, the cheeky thing just smiling and cooing in his swaddling rags. Well, we considered it a good night's work, except the place was too wet to burn, so we had to leave it intact. We brought the boy to the Shalayan orphanage and I gave him to the abbess, but it was a curious thing. And you see that he stops for a second. Hard like to give the boy up, almost as if I wanted to keep him for myself. Well, I didn't pay the thought no mind, didn't even think of the boy from that day on, until I saw him again. We heard about this crowd gathering, making trouble, so we went to have a look. They all had this wild look in their eyes, like a lovesick calf. I saw the boy and I knew it was him, 'cause those devils I killed in the swamp had the same expression when they died. I tried to save them from the boy's power, but they didn't want no saving. They near to killed me for my trouble. But I'll tell you, if I ever see that boy again, crowd or no, I'll cut him down even if I have to kiss more to do it. And with that, he slams back on his pillow, exhausted.
Have you reported? I guess he hasn't. So this boy is on his way to Altdorf with a crusade.
Well, it will only mean more trouble for the Empire at large. But if you want more information, I reckon you'd probably have to visit the Temple of the Marsh. I can provide you the general location. It's...
Sorry, you broke up.
What about now?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I can provide you with the general location of it. It's
Of
northwest,
what?
northwest from here. The temple in the marsh.
Okay.
I am unable to recall exactly where it is, but if you want to go there, find a man named Jekyll Sampmant. He's a swamper. He was the one who got us there all those years ago.
Where can I find this man?
He lives in the swamper community just outside Marienburg in the Cursed Marshes. It's not far. It's not far from the gate leading to Altdorf.
Okay, so the south gate.
If you go there, boy, remember one thing: never show mercy to chaos, no matter how innocent it may appear.
Yes. Well, I've been tried by chaos before. Didn't end well for them.
So, you know what you need to do if you find this devil in boy's body. Be always vigilant and without mercy when it comes to the pawns of the dark gods. Now leave me. Go, find Jekyll Sampmant. He'll take you there. Go
Very
now.
well. I hope your passing is easy, old man. And I do the sign of more. And step back.
When you woke up, when you woke out, ask Collar to bring me more lotus.
Very well.
I need another hit.
Alright, I'm gonna check that I have everything with me, since I was a little dazed before, and then make my way out.
You make your way out.
Pass on that message.
Collar just nods, and he walks you back to the entrance. He speaks to the Arabian bouncer. Farak, open the door for our guest. May you visit us again, good sir? He says with a smile. Patting his heavy purse. Farak the bouncer opens the door and just nods, makes a nod towards the exit. Goodbye, he says.
And I do a little salute and step out.
You walk outside. Very well. Outside, you see your friends standing in the chill morning air. You guys see Vincent with his cloth wrapped around his face, which is completely red and very sweaty. It also looks like he was crying perhaps, because his eyes are essentially just red. He walks unsteadily towards you. Well?
Good stuff, huh?
Gosh.
Did you get the information, Vincent?
Yes. Well. Yeah.
Please be to Sigmar.
All right. Well, this is what I was finally able to get out of him, but the price was. I kind of just look away. Well, apparently, this witch hunter was ambushing a cult ritual, and that's where he first found the boy. And I'm going to kind of go on with the story on where pretty much everything we've already been told and what you've discussed, and he told us that we need to investigate that temple, that area where they had that ritual.
Well, then we must make haste and get out of town.
Yes, it's
Maybe we should buy some horses.
there's a swamp community to the south. There we should be able to find this informant, and then he could lead us to the supposed accursed temple. And we need to bring this boy and end him.
Yes. I felt there would be information at this temple. The priestess had mentioned it.
You know, well, now we have a name we can follow.
All of you roll for intelligence. Brian,
man.
you've been robbed.
What?
Sure. It's a bot. Someone stole, you know.
Can I use a luck?
Yeah.
Well, you should have told me right after the roll.
Okay.
9 gold crowns.
Should I randomize where it comes from? Because I got 2 places I keep it.
Well, from the easier to reach place, so to speak.
Okay, I'll just pick the first one, rolling or scrolling down. Okay. How much? 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I notice, or am I?
Yeah.
Notice later?
At some point, you've noticed that your purse has been cut.
You don't notice it happening. I
Yeah.
don't think.
No,
Yeah,
you
did I
didn't.
notice?
You didn't notice it happening. You just noticed that it's a bit lighter than usual.
I keep it right next to my balls too, so somebody's lucky they got it there.
Well,
You're lucky.
There were a few people, passing you by in that alley. Like ordinary-looking folk. It happens. Anyway, those.
I'm looking furious.
Yeah, and did anyone pass?
No.
No. I did.
Leopold was the closest.
With a +5 modifier.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
with a +5, then I passed.
Leopold, you're
Yes.
thinking that it's probably good idea to visit your employer at this point.
Huh?
And to speak with him about your progress. After all, he did want, some kind of report in 7 days, but you don't really know if you are going to the marshes. You don't really know how long it will take.
Yeah. So maybe we should head over there right now and tell him what we know, and that we're at. Actually, I'm not sure what time it's still morning or early afternoon.
It's before noon, so it's very early.
But it sounds to me like maybe we'll head out first thing in the morning, maybe. Well, anyway, let's go talk to this guy and see what he says. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think since we're going to be on our way to Altdorf and time is probably of the essence, we should. I don't know if you want to. How much we want to tell him. If we want to tell him that we're going to investigate that temple in the marsh, but either way, I think on our way to that temple, we should just head straight there from Altdorf, unless we have something relevant to keep us in Marienburg.
Yeah, no, I don't think we do. I think once whatever information we find. I mean, I guess it depends on what the information about the temple is, but once we go to that temple, that'll lead us to the next place, which most likely will be towards Altdorf and the kid.
Yeah, all this water, I wouldn't mind sucking in the fumes of Nuln again. Get out of this place.
Vincent is a bit salty.
Yeah.
So let's get a boat.
How much did you get set back in there, Vincent?
30-something gold coins.
Oh!
You know that even
Right?
Leopold makes the sign of the hammer.
yeah, even Gennaro just shakes his head and says like "Vaffanculo."
Yeah.
Did you have to blow someone for the information or something?
You know, if I had the option.
It would have been cheaper.
Good to know.
What did you pay? What was that for?
Apparently, the stuff they had the people on in there takes a special chemical to get them out of that dazed mindset. Cost me a fortune. Then I almost succumbed to it as well. So, a bit of racketeering. But
Bit of price gouging. Well, surely you haggled with them, right?
You
shekels.
honestly, Vincent, it wouldn't work. They wouldn't haggle with you.
and that was the impression I got. So
It's like you pay or just get out.
yeah, they didn't seem like the I was not in. They had all the advantages pretty much. They would have probably just raised the price, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, my,
Story
well,
concerned,
okay, well, it's 30.
He let you go try to talk to him, knowing that it wouldn't work. I mean,
Yeah,
it's-
and I was gonna get to it. Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, so you're hiring a boat. You're very near to the shore of Suidok. In fact, from here you can see the other side of Marienburg, the Gilderveld and Palaisburg districts or wards, as well, of course, as the grand spectacle of River Reich and dozens of ships, big and small, passing through it. So it doesn't take you long to find a couple of boatmen offering their services to various people who want to get on the other side, One of them, a grizzled-looking man with fish hooks like pinned in his wide-brimmed hat, offers to take you to Palaisburg for a meager sum of 1 shilling for all of you, which is honestly a pretty good price.
Yeah.
I got it.
Lucas, help me get aboard. I'm not feeling straight in the head yet.
Yeah, you see that Vincent is kinda like dizzy. And when the boatman sees that, he says, "Arr! You must watch for that one, or he'll be sleeping with the fishes." Yarr! Shiver me timbers.
Squawk!
Oh yeah, and he has a parrot. Titties? Titties? She says. Quiet, Esmeralda. No titties today.
Ugh.
Titties?
Esmeralda.
Yes. I named her after my late wife.
Beautiful name.
And she had a beautiful set of titties as well. Oh,
Huge tracts of land.
those jags. You have no idea. Shame about that plague 5 years ago. Anyway, let's go. And with that, you swim to the other side. 20 minutes later, he drops you off at the shore, bids you farewell, and rows back to the other side, with his parrot on his shoulder, squeaking, "Titties, titties, titties!" From here, you make your way to the Imperial Embassy. Valaisburg is a much nicer district than Suidok. Although not by much, but, well, it kinda is. Eventually, you arrive in front of the grand building of the Imperial Embassy. 4 guardsmen in the colors of Altdorf stand watch before the gate. And you see that one of them recognizes you. It's the guardsman who took you inside last time. Oh, it's you! Herr Schmidt is not expecting you. You want to speak with him? Well?
Yes.
Look to the others to take the lead on it.
Yes, we've uncovered some information that is important that we convey it to the ambassador.
I totally forgot who Herr Schmidt was. I was thinking this was something just Sean had to do.
Very well. For a split second, I thought that you've formed a mime band. Very well. I'll go inside. Wait here. He disappears inside the embassy. Comes back after 10 minutes. All right, come with me. You have to leave your weapons here.
No problem.
You leave your weapons in one of the guards, who stashes them in the guard booth. And you once again enter the maze. That is the Imperial Embassy. Embassy's interior, actually. You navigate the maze with the help of your guide. And eventually you reach the door leading to Herr Schmidt's office. The guard opens the door and he says that he waits for you here to take you back. Inside you see that, of course, Herr Schmidt is sitting behind his table, well, behind his desk, fat as always. Lots of papers are strewn in front of him. There are ink pots, writing quills. There's, of course, the portrait of the Emperor Karl Franz hanging above his head. Karl Franz? Looking suitably heroic. I just, had this vision. If you had this parrot with you, it would be Karl Franz, titties! Alas, Esmeralda is not here. However, there is one more thing. Actually, there is one more person. This room is rather small and rather gloomy, and you can see that in the far corner, far left corner from the entrance, on a small stool, there sits a woman, dressed in dark robes. She has her hands on her knees. The robes are covering her almost completely, and you only see the bottom of her face and long blonde hair, disappearing inside her cloak. It's only because Herr Schmidt moved his lamp on the desk that you spotted the woman. It's as if she's part of the shadows, actually.
Who's this?
Herr Schmidt looks at you and says, "Oh, welcome!" And you see that he's very sweaty and rather nervous. He takes out a small handkerchief and swipes the sweat from his brow. Please sit and here. Prepared a couple of chairs for you, fine fellows. There are indeed 5 chairs in front of his desk. Please sit. The guard told me that you've came to visit. I wasn't expecting you, but fortunately I have a few minutes to spare. So, what brings you to the embassy of His Imperial Majesty?
Oh. Who is our guest over here?
Oh, she works here.
Are
No.
we permitted to speak our business in front of her?
Naturally, naturally you are. She wouldn't be here otherwise, right?
Does he seem nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's shaking.
yeah. We see we've caught you at a bad time.
No, actually you didn't. Speak your piece, please. What did you uncover about this Sigmar reborn? You see that he's drinking from a big glass of water.
I'm staring at the woman, just like coldly.
Is it? I mean, is there a place where I can get close enough to smell without, looking like an idiot to see that really is water, or
Yes.
like clear liquor?
Yes, you can, because you are just sitting, across the desk from him.
Okay.
And the desk, like, it's not a huge desk because this is a fairly small room. It doesn't smell like a liquor. It's just water.
Okay.
Sally, roll for your willpower.
Andy, I thought you were going to say the woman. Smell the woman. I was like,
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Well, we did just get out of the house.
Oh.
Maybe I was taking over.
I'll use the luck this time.
she
Okay.
did notice.
Yeah.
When you stared coldly at the woman, she stared back. You immediately stared at your feet. You're shaking.
Oh wow.
Can I trouble you for some water?
Naturally, maybe you want something stronger. Help yourselves. I still have that great imperial schnapps from Rakeland. Please, Vincent, is it? Pour everyone here. I mean, all of you, because I'm on duty. Pour everyone here around, right?
Water is fine for me, and I cough a bit, but then I'll go over and pour my glass, and then pour a glass for everyone else, unless somebody says otherwise. And then I look to the woman, and I hold up a glass to see if I get a response from her, if she wanted a drink.
With the smallest of shakes, she she shakes her head, but it's just that kind of minuscule gesture that you almost lose it. Or
Okay.
you almost fail to catch it.
Okay, well then I'll put that glass upside down and just pass the rest to... Pass out, yeah, the drinks.
Say,
I'm gonna wave my hand. No.
Yes, please.
Before I pour
What have you found out?
well, forgive my manners, madam. My name is Leopold, and you are?
Could you please answer Herr Schmidt's question?
I could. I just thought it was impolite not to introduce myself to you.
It's no big deal.
We haven't made any progress.
Well,
There's other
actually
leads
we
to take
have.
down.
We were able to speak to the a witch hunter, which was on scene. Apparently has past history with this boy. Perhaps he was probably the most knowledgeable about the upbringing of this so-called Sigmar reborn. Truth be told, this witch hunter. Now, is the witch hunter from the Empire? Or is it
You
Witch
don't
hunter?
know. Well, you've heard that he was mainly operating in Marienburg, so probably not.
Okay.
I'm looking at Leopold and Lucas as Vincent's just going into.
Hey, he paid us to do this whole thing.
But yeah, so I sort of nudge him a little bit and say, yeah, we've got some leads, and we were going to follow them up. We just thought would let you know that we've gotten some more leads on this.
Well, that's excellent news. And where are those leads leading to?
Well,
The north.
yeah, we're
No, to Altdorf.
towards Altdorf, where the boy is headed.
It's common knowledge that he's going to Altdorf.
Schmidt looks at you, and he smiles nervously. Oh, that's excellent. So, but and he essentially just tries to speak, but his tongue is tying a knot on itself. Is that really what the witch hunter told you? Asks the woman.
Of course it is.
We're going to investigate a site that he he alluded to on our way down to Altdorf to see if we can pick up anything more on this.
Yes, we're leaving tomorrow morning.
This boy.
Where's
The,
that site?
We don't
We're
know
not-
where it is yet. We need to find somebody else to lead us. But good day to you, sir. We've got a lot of planning to do before we leave town.
Stay. Where's the site?
We don't know.
With infinite patience, she speaks. So you are.
We are
going.
to meet with an informant. I kind of look at the others as in, like, why are we trying to hide from our employer, the person who's paying us to do this thing?
Look,
We're trying to hide it from.
we can do this. We can do this two ways. Either you're going to tell me everything right. Either you're going to tell me everything right now, or you're going to tell me everything right now after being held in a dungeon for a week.
You can tell us who you are, so we know we're not betraying our employer.
I am your employer, Halfling.
I look at the guy.
You can tell. He's like a second from pissing his pants. And you understand why. Despite it being, well, yeah, it's true, it's overcast outside. It's, not very nice. It's not very nice weather outside. But you could swear that a few minutes before there were not that many shadows here.
I'm pretty freaked out.
I'm at the mindset of,
Because
like,
who I look upon are 5 people wanted in Talheim for instigating riots, trying to take over property of respected families, and collaborating with Ratman.
I sigh a bit that she didn't mention it all.
And since you're on the Imperial soil right now, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to erect pyres very, very fast. But I'm rather surprised because what my colleague wrote about you, well, it seemed like you were one of the most capable, courageous, and able people that he had met in his very long life. Instead, I'm seeing a bunch of kids playing at games that they don't really know how to play. So,
Madam, I apologize. We've been duped before, and my compatriots are a little on edge.
very well, Herr Darius, who is still wanted in known for espionage of some kind, you could say.
Yes.
Another charge that could be added to the tally.
And a testament that I'm still at large.
Herr Falk has increased the price for your head to a total of 200 crowns. That's a sort of a record you've broken. I don't know if you know about this. You should be proud.
Well, I'll turn myself in, I'm so broke.
So now please, continue. Either with the charade or with the facts. I don't care which.
Go ahead, Vincent.
So anyway, I kind of look at everybody else waiting to be interrupted. We got information that from the Witch Hunter. I don't know if he's a Marienburg Witch Hunter or
His name?
Osric
Falkenheim. He's not.
Falkenheim
He's not
Osric.
Imperial. He's a contract witch hunter from operating for a few decades here from Marienburg.
Right. Well, apparently he was the first first to run up on a ritual that this boy was first located at. They dispensed with the justice and delivered the boy to an orphanage. Well, as you may have heard, that boy then came back to slay 3 men. The abbot gets declared a witch, and then a witch hunter gets mauled by the crowd, leading to a pretty interesting ordeal. We were able to speak with the witch and got her side of the story.
Do you think she's guilty? Just out of curiosity.
No.
It is not my job to say, but I don't think she is guilty.
She just nods and, lets you continue. You've also noticed that the shadows have died a bit.
When speaking with the witch, she called the boy a mutant.
If you don't think that she's guilty, why are you calling her a witch?
Because Marienburg law calls her a witch, and since we are in Marienburg, that is what I will call.
We are in the Empire right now. You can drop the pretenses, if you wish, of course.
Very well.
Well,
after speaking with this lady, we got a lead to find Osric. We were able to communicate with him, though it cost a pretty penny. And we found out that we should investigate the site where he was at 12 years ago. And I kind of look up to make sure that was the right number of years. We're to meet an informant outside the south gate of Marienburg. Our intentions are to link up with him, investigate the temple, and then, depending on our results, we'll move to Alton.
What's the informant's name?
My character will remember. I don't.
Jekyll Samphmont. I'm going to type it because I haven't
Jekyll.
before.
I'm horrible with this.
Here is the
Jekyll. His name is Jekyll Sumpfmund. I guess he's a swamper.
Where are you planning to meet him?
Outside the city walls. We don't know where to find him.
No. When are you planning to meet him?
Oh, as soon as possible.
Yeah, if we have the light today, we can head out today. But if the shadows are long, we may wait till the morning.
Shadows are the longest when you're not looking at them. But you should have enough time. Very well. Herr Schmidt, how much did you pay our friends? Well, I've paid them gold, honest coin. They've actually convinced me to pay them a bit more than I would usually do for such a task. Pay each of them additional 10 crowns right now. He looks at her with, his mouth open wide. Very well. He, brought out a chest from one of the drawers in his desk, opens it, and begins to count money for you. After you search the temple, immediately come here and give your report. Don't go to Aldorf just yet. We need to know more. Is that
I could
clear?
teach you about more.
I know about
Your Lord and Savior.
I know about more well enough. Take the money. It's yours.
It's 10 each.
Yes.
Do you guys want to do 9 each and put 5 in the?
Sure.
You see that Schmidt is clearly unhappy that he has to part with the money, but he's not saying anything. He's still red-faced and rather scared.
So, ma'am, should we be reporting back to you from now on, or Schmidt here?
You just report back here. If I'll be present, I'll hear your report with interest. Just dispense with the secret silliness. You're not good at it. Now you can go. Return when your task is done.
Nice seeing you, Schmitty.
He didn't even react to you. He's so like
I'm kind of enjoying that though.
guard, take our guest to the gate. The door opens. The guard walks inside, and you can see that when he saw the woman, he also like went a bit pale. Yes, please, mine errand. Follow me. And he ushered you out of the room. Go, hurry. Close the door. You have a bit more dosh on you. And you walk through, once again, back to the gates, through the endless space of the Imperial Embassy. Right at the entrance, you've been given your weapons back. The guard bids you farewell. May Sigmar protect you. And resumes his post in front of the gate. You're all standing outside. You're a bit richer now.
So who do you think that was?
I don't know, but I don't like her.
She seemed to have known someone that we have met in the past. No,
I know somebody else
that
that boosts the shadows pretty easily.
Was that the nihilist? Do we say
Yeah.
that?
If that's his little girlfriend or something.
Well, let's see if we can find this swamp guy. Then let's get on it. We don't have time to waste.
Yeah, it might take us a couple hours just to get to the gate.
Yeah, I'm not sure we should leave tonight. I think we should leave in the morning.
Well, it's like barely noon right now. I mean, maybe we shouldn't go to the temple once we find this guy.
When are we coming back to Marienburg? Because I do have some business here.
Well, after we investigate the site, we have to return to Marienburg to report. Because I still have business in Marienburg as well, so but I might wait until.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. If we're coming back, then we could just go now. If not coming back, I have to do something.
Yeah. Well, the employer said, the person with the money who has been paying us from the start, said to report back here. So, follow the money.
We're heading straight to Aldorf then.
Are you afraid to go?
I think we should go find the swamp guy. I think because now the cat's out of the bag, and I feel like if she's really who she says she is, well, who she didn't say she was anyway, but then it's not a problem. But otherwise, this guy's life is now in danger, and we need to find him. So,
well, she's coming from some layer of authority if she pretty much knows our whole record.
Yeah. That still doesn't mean that she's on our side because our record is a lot of bullshit. That we're fraternizing with rat people and starting an insurrection, and
Well, I think if she knew that to be truth, then we wouldn't have been able to walk out of that door. They would have sent somebody else to investigate it. Yeah. So I have a feeling she didn't wholeheartedly believe in those rumors. Though she can use it as a vice against us.
Yeah.
So she does.
Well, yeah. Well, anyway, I mean, I'm fine with coming back if that's what has to happen. But our main mission is to get this done, and I think we need to go find the swamp guy.
Yeah. Now, if
We
you
should get
wanted,
some rations before we leave town, and Gennaro is currently unarmed. He needs something.
and if we wanted to get our Marienburg stuff done today and then leave for the swamp first thing in the morning, we
Or
could do
Lucas
that.
and I could go find the swamp. He can help me track, and you guys can take care of your business, and then we'll meet back at the Busty Mermaid.
I wouldn't go off into the
You guys
swamp
can find
alone.
yourself. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going alone. I'm going with Lucas.
Okay. We'll go to the swamp first. As long as we definitely come back.
All right, works for me.
But we do need some provisions though. We need food and something for Gennaro. Unless you guys have a weapon you could loan him.
No, I'm running pretty light right now. I'm sure there's a
What do I
market on
got?
the way out to the gate.
Or maybe these guards here have a lost and found. With a cutler in it.
Unclaimed.
Yeah.
I got a shield that he can use. But I just say we see if we can find a merchant on the way out.
That's a good
That,
question.
won't, that won't be a
guard.
problem.
Yeah, I was just gonna. If we're still outside, I want to
Yeah.
turn to the guard and
He
ask,
looks at you, surprised that you haven't left yet. Yes?
you know of a I don't know how honest, but as honest as a merchant you can get in Marienburg for some arms for our compatriot here, and I gesture over to Gennaro.
There's the weapons vendor 2 streets from here. Me and the boss, we are sometimes buying, extra stuff from him. Daggers, swords, stuff like that. He's honest, and his wares are very good. As well as prices. He's
I nods.
he's an imperial, so if you're going to tell him that you're from the Empire, he will probably give you a small discount.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shall we make our way over there while we if there's anything else to discuss? I hope
we just
you
need
guys
that
don't
food.
feel like I went out of bounds with telling what we were doing, but
No, I mean we were pretty much like gonna have to tell her.
the bottom line is this whole operation stemmed from this man here.
By the way,
I
I've been fidgeting with my knife the whole time we've been out here. The handle and stuff. I'm very uncomfortable with all of this.
Yeah.
I've tried to do my best to not make any accusation and to only report the accusations I've heard from others. So
Back home, some of the richest merchants they get their kicks out of hiring 2 different parties to do opposing things. That's what that felt like in there.
well,
Wouldn't surprise me. Definitely something shady's going on.
Yeah, well, I definitely don't like her, just sitting there not telling us who she is and then giving us a ration of crap for not wanting to, to talk in front of her.
Sally and Gennaro. My father told me of tales much like what you said, but with entire armies, where the armies would just get paid and paid and paid and end up never fighting. Sounds like a pretty good gig. So maybe
Yeah.
this isn't a bad thing.
Sounds like a couple of good no-work jobs to me.
Well, anyway, shall we get Gennaro some stuff, and you want to buy some rations? Do you think we're going to be out in the swamps for that long? Also, where do you find a swamp person?
He said just outside the south.
The
We're gonna
gates
need a
all-
guide.
The cursed marshes, which is the south gate of Marienburg, there's a swamp community. I think the guards will be able to point us in the right direction. They probably deal with those folks regularly.
And they're probably all related.
So, are we talking on the road to Altdorf or on?
It's
the
just
way-
outside of town, I think.
I think
Well,
it's the
yeah.
southwest gate.
the
because-
south. Okay, so the one headed towards Bretonia.
Are the cursed
No,
marches?
he actually talked
First
about the
march-
gate leading to Outdorf, the one with the
Okay.
red arrow that I.
Yeah, okay, that's what I
Think,
thought.
yeah.
I just wanted to make sure because I was late because southwest is
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the cursed marshes, assuming there's only one of them, and then I just realized that there's also a cursed marsh to the north.
The cursed
Right,
marsh
it's-
is all around because
Yeah.
the cursed marsh, the wasteland consists of one huge marsh essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. I just realized that it's also called the cursed marsh up north.
Give me 1 minute. I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
I'll be back also. I need to do something.
Yeah, me too. It's time for a break.
All right, I'll get something to eat. Sounds good.
Oh, you got to leave shortly. Don't we need to start? Well, it's
Hey, what time are you done, Sean?
Well, I mean, I can probably stretch it out. My buddy's getting here at 1:30, so it's 12:18 for me right now. So,
Okay, so
yeah,
a little more than an hour.
yeah, about an hour.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Alright.
get some food. I'll be back real quick.
Okay, me too.
All right, I'm back.
cool.
Did you ever do that painting or figure out?
Not yet. I haven't had time. I'm working on a commission for somebody else, and then that's basically sucking up all my free time. And then I tried to crank out a saga force so that while I'm also doing this thing. So those two things are really kind of and on top of that, I have a little hobby ADD. I'm also listening to I'm cranking through a 300 some odd episode podcast on the history of Britain to catch up, because what I was going to start doing is downloading the Bob Ross shows on Netflix and watching them on my way to work on the train in the morning. To kind of watch a few episodes so I can kind of have an idea of what I'm doing before I start trying out, while also watching episodes.
I'm here.
Yeah. There's a good website that shows all of his finished work and then and what episode it is. So that might be a good thing to kind of find what you're looking for and then just watch that one. But I still haven't finished what I've been working on, which I haven't touched it in forever, which is why I haven't finished it. But
yeah, and that's the problem, is just so little hobby time and so many hobbies. And,
yeah.
Right. So you've discussed your stuff.
Is everyone else back?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm back.
Sean? No, Sean's not here.
I just put a pot of coffee on.
Okay.
So I, by the way, am all for just after we get the information we need, going straight to just not even stopping back at the embassy.
I do have to do some stuff in town, and so does
Yeah.
Vincent.
Yeah, like, so if Sean feels that way, I don't know, like, again, Vincent's getting paid to do something. He's the money's coming in. It sounds like this person, it's one of those people that you don't want to get on the bad side.
You went quiet. Yeah, no, I get that, but I also know my character is not terribly pro-authoritarian.
Yeah.
Well, you know, there are pros and cons to being government man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, try. I am one in real life. Trust me, I know.
Okay, Sean, you here?
Yep.
So
Stuff in
everyone's
my
here.
face.
Very well. So you're making your way to the shop, I presume.
Yep.
The weapons shop, right. It's literally 2 streets from here. A small shop operating from the side of a tenement building. You can see that there's a painting of a black eagle in a crown hanging right above it, which is suitably imperial. There are glass windows covered, placed behind sturdy-looking iron bars, and from the outside you can see that there's a ton of weapons inside. As you walk inside, you can also see that there's a dwarf standing behind the counter. The dwarf, however, is dressed in a rather strange style because he's dressed like an imperial. Oh, welcome to my shop. Fine gentlemen. I am Glundi Glundinson, owner of this fine establishment.
Oh, thanks, Sigmar. It's going to be dwarf and steel. Okay, good.
Ah, Sigmar! He says, and he nods his head with appreciation. Now, that's one fine man in God.
Sir, I'm looking for a sturdy buckler and sword for my friend here. And I gesture to the Gennaro. And I'd also like to trade in a busted sword buckler, or a sword breaker for a new one.
I can help you with that without any problems. I have a buckler. It's normally 3 crowns, but I will sell it to you for 2. I have a very well-made sword from the province of Nordland. Yes, normally it would be 12 crowns, but for you it will be only 10. And sword breaker, let's see, yeah, it's not in a very good shape. I would buy it for 3 crowns normally, but I will buy it for 4 from honorable son of the Empire.
And
Did
and
you,
for a new a sword breaker?
Oh, you want another sword breaker?
Yeah, I just want to trade it in for a new one. I don't have time to get this one repaired.
It's a shame. It could be repaired rather easily, but well, it's your sword breaker. It's your choice. I will sell you a brand new sword breaker for 5 crowns.
So, was it 16 he's buying everything for, or was it 17?
I believe it was 10. It was 10. Yeah, 16.
Okay, so you need 11 gold from me. That's a good price, I think.
I think it is. He
Okay.
shakes your hand and he produces the goods from few of the weapon racks and shelves that are piled up behind him.
Okay. Fixing that on my sheet. And Gennaro's got that sword and swordbreaker now, or sword and buckler now.
Yeah.
Leopold, you're looking for gold, or not gold? Plate.
I can't afford it right now. I don't think. If it costs 500, or what would a full suit of plate mail cost?
Well, I would normally sell the full set of mail plate, sorry, for 450 gold crowns, but for you, I will sell it for 400.
What would you? I'd have to trade in this suit of plate mail. What would you give me for it?
You mean suit of chainmail?
Yeah.
Chainmail. Well, chainmail. I'll buy it at a high price of 160 gold crowns.
You know, you do realize that a set of full plate armor includes a full set of chain.
Yeah, and leather as well.
So you can buy just the individual pieces of plate and put it on top of your mail.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So like,
yeah,
you can start building the stuff.
Okay, that aspect of this game confuses me every time I look at the prices for stuff.
Because when you buy stuff individually, you don't have like additional stuff. So, for example, if you are buying a plate helmet, you don't have a like chainmail helmet and leather helmet underneath. That's the thing.
Yeah, they have to stack. Like,
yeah,
you can't wear plate without having mail and leather.
But if you buy them all, like in a bundle, then there's everything included.
Right.
Although, be sure that you are able to carry all the stuff, because full plate is 400 points of encumbrance.
Right. Well, that's just it. As I mean, technically, I cannot carry it because I'm already like 150 over my encumbrance.
Oh, so that means that first of all, you have, I believe, -2 to movement at least.
Okay.
I will need to check it
out.
out.
Are you sure you're not adding up armor multiple times?
I'm positive.
Now, Leopold, if you want, you can buy the armor and I can wear it for you.
Actually, what I was going to suggest, working something out with this dwarf here has been more than fair. Like you're going into a lot of crypts and whatnot that might have a lot of gold there. You can give them a percentage of what you make and work off a debt with them.
Well, it's less about the debt and more about the ability to actually like function wearing a full suit of plate.
You should be able to. You're getting rid of your armor.
I don't sell my things what's the word? Credit?
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Andy, I think, has disconnected.
Yeah. I accidentally leaned on my keyboard and killed the app. Hold on.
So, are you interested in a full suit of mail? Sorry, plate landing.
You can start
I have one lying around actually.
Okay, well, so I'm just confused then, because I mean, technically, if I already have full mail, I would just buy the parts and put them on top.
Yes, you can do that as well. I will sell them to you at a fair price.
Okay.
Hey, so just so you know, Leopold, if you have chainmail, which is 210 encumbrance,
right,
that includes the encumbrance of the leather.
Right. No, I know. I'm not double counting that for sure. Because I got rid of all my other stuff and then I put what I have written on my spreadsheet is just full mail. But no, what the real problem is that my strength is only 40. So that's really what it is. And then if I have any armor and the weapons that I need.
Oh, you got a freaking crossbow on, don't you?
Right. Yeah, the crossbow's 150 by itself.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. And also the amount of gold I'm carrying.
Yeah.
But it's only. I mean, my total coinage is only 29 encumbrance, so it's not.
Yeah.
It's not tragic. So. Are you planning to buy it or not?
Well, let me see. So essentially, I'd just be changing. For the sake of argument, I'm buying all the pieces. I will just count it as full mail. Is that how it works?
Full plate.
Yeah, full. Yeah, sorry. Full plate.
Yes, of course. You count as full plate. You have 5 points of armor on every location. It will weigh a total of 400 points of encumbrance, and it will be worth approximately 400 gold crowns total. If you'll be planning to sell it at some point.
Right. But so right now it would cost me 140. It would cost me 230 to get the pieces.
Let me see. 90, 160.
You should definitely get XP for being...
It will only cost you 210 crowns. To buy all the
210
pieces.
crowns?
Yeah,
Okay.
because he's giving you a discount.
All right. And then I just don't know. So 210 crowns, and then that would get me up to 400 encumbrance.
400 encumbrance total.
Yeah.
For armor.
As well as, of course, minus modifiers to agility because of the armor, and additional, I believe, minus modifier to speed. I need to check the rules of armor very quickly.
I think there's a perception for if you're wearing a helmet. Negative.
I don't even know about that. I never heard about that, honestly.
Okay.
I know
Hey,
that...
Sean,
Yeah.
you gotta use this for your XP for star sign.
Wait a second.
Yeah. So if I get the full plate, I'll be 340.9.
Over
my
encumbered, you won't be able to
Yeah.
move.
Yeah. Okay. So that pretty much solves that.
Simply put it very simply, you won't be even able to move with that.
Yep. Okay. That's what I was trying to figure out. That to me that was the most important thing. So sorry to waste your time there.
If you would
Senor
buy
Wolf.
full plate of best quality, then I believe it's like the encumbrance is halved.
okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, but best quality is like I don't know, either
It's like
1,200.
10 times the price.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's even 4,000. Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, here it is. Any chainmail element means that you receive a -10 to your agility. Any plate element means that you receive a -1 modifier to your speed.
Okay.
Now there's other metals and stuff you could do though, right? Like Gromrel or
Yeah, you can have
Mithril.
plate from Gromril, but outside of Dwarven Kingdoms, it's practically, unattainable. I mean, Gromril plate is worn by the Greatswords and Knights of the Empire, as well as Elector counts. You can just buy it. And of course, there's also the Filmar armor, but it's not even available outside of Ulf One and Athol Lauren. So
Yeah.
that's it.
So my dreams of becoming a witch hunter are being dashed unless I can.
Well, no,
find
you can
stuff.
buy it and just stuff it somewhere. You don't have to have it on you.
Mm.
Uh,
I have some back at home.
yeah. Oh no!
Well, anyway.
A fight! I need to quickly get back home and put on my plate, but my home is like on the other
Be
side
right
of the
back.
empire.
Be right back.
Yeah, wait a couple of weeks, please. Bye.
All right. Well, thanks for indulging me,
Montage
guys.
of a journey home.
Yeah, to the 80s music.
Herr Dwarf.
Yes.
Looking at your sign, do you come from Altdorf?
Actually, I do. I was born there, just like my father and grandfather were born there. We originally come from Karak Norn.
Are you familiar with the Engineers Guild in Altdorf?
But what kind of guild and nearest to where?
Oh, I guess I can't say. I'm not sure, I should say, but I did some work for them.
You said you
a
rather
little while ago.
strangely. Uh-huh.
So, I was just going to.
I don't know what
might
kind
end
of
up-
guild are you talking about, honestly.
I wasn't sure if there were multiple engineering guilds.
Oh, engineering guild. So why did you
Yes.
say that before?
Did I not?
No, you did not. Well, there's the College of Engineers in Altdorf. That's for starters. There are a couple of engineering guilds, but they mostly work for the college anyway. Your best bet would probably to visit the college itself once you get to Altdorf, if you get to Altdorf.
Yes.
And conduct your business with them, like except and rather not with one kind of guild or another. It will probably be easier for you.
Yes, well, I agree. I've done work for them in the past,
Really?
but haven't yet been there myself. So,
My father works for them.
well, what's his name, Herr Dorf?
Well, if you go there, ask for Herr Grundinson and tell him that Grundy vouches for you. He will help you in any way he can.
Now, I have this rifle here. I kind of hold it up. In the
excellent.
future, I might.
Excellently made. In known.
Yes, do you think it would be expensive to get it modified, just to make it a little more reliable?
Well, you would have to pay, I think, at least half of the price of the rifle itself to do this, and it would take a few weeks even. I also doubt that you would be able to do this here. I mean, you would, but it would cost you a lot more.
Oh, it would be something I do in Altdorf.
Then you should also speak to someone in the college. Alternatively, you can try and ask the magisters from the Golden College of Magic. They tend to work all sorts of strange alchemical and mechanical stuff. But I've heard that their services are rather pricey.
Hey, I just want to make an out-of-character suggestion. Since Leopold needs plate armor to advance in careers, right?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you guys split the cost of it and let Vincent wear it, or like renegotiate, percentages on the price of it. Vincent keeps it, and you guys pretty much have the same MO anyway. I mean, one's a Knight of More, the other's a Witch Hunter. You're going to be going after the same bad guys, so you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter who wears it, just as long as he has it.
Well, it won't matter who wears the plates, but there are differences in height and weight between Vincent and Leopold. Remember
Yeah,
that?
I'm pretty sure
Let's check.
plate armor is the kind of thing you have to get, special versions.
So it-
made.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
It's not-
So it doesn't have to be for him, or like it has to be for him. It has to be his armor.
Yes.
Not like he pays.
Yeah,
for
I
somebody
can't.
else's.
That also just from several standpoints doesn't make sense to Leopold. Like, why would I buy armor and then let somebody else wear it?
Well, if he worked out some kind of deal with him where he would be paying you back, like with interest or something. You know what I mean? It'd be like two birds with one stone. But if it has to be your size to you, then that doesn't work.
Well, I'm 5'8" and 259 pounds.
Yeah, I thought I was short and fat.
I must be a stocky.
34 double
That or
D.
that was a typo.
I'm 5'9" and 220.
Oh. Well, it's only a 1 inch off.
It was just a thought, because
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But I mean, it makes sense in a meta way. It doesn't make sense in a role play way.
yeah, I mean, like unless you guys work something out, Like you
Honestly,
get something.
I'm close to. I'm not yet over encumbered, but I'm 15 pounds or 15 encumbrance from that first level, so I wouldn't be able to carry much. Like, if I had the money, I'd probably buy a single piece of plate until I can, get stronger or something.
Yeah.
But either way, that's something for the future. I don't have any money for that right now.
Yeah. So anyway, I presume you leave the shop or stay there. I don't know.
Nope, leave.
We're
Just
gonna
hang out
hang
awkwardly.
Yeah.
Looking at
You
stuff.
make your way to the gate.
Yes.
All right. You make your way to the gate. Through the Goldberg ward, through the Ostmoor ward. You have to pay a total of 8 pennies per person for crossing the bridges.
That's 40 total. Okay.
Gauderberg ward, where you first slept in Marienburg, in the Wicked Albatross, then the Golden Trident. It's also here where Cat's Piss is located.
Yes.
Pretty nice ward, but Palaisburg was prettier. Then is the Ostmoor. It's more of an industrial ward, and also one of the more shabby-looking ones. Sorry, shoddy-looking ones. Eventually, by crossing a small bridge, you reach the gate leading outside of the city. Of course, the gate is guarded by a rather strong contingent of Marienburg's mercenaries, dressed in the...
Can I get some like dried meats real quick, or like something for the journey?
Yeah, you can. You just... how much? Although remember that it will probably be more sensible to first ask how long the journey will be, and then buy supplies.
What do you guys think? 3 days?
Well, if we're at the guard shack, we could probably at least
okay.
get like
Two things. I don't know how long it's going to take to find him. Supposedly he's right around here. Second is that he said once he found him, they got there just by the after dark. So it's not like days to get to this temple thing.
No, he said he got there after it was dark, but he didn't specify the day.
Oh, that's true. Oh, I just assumed that when he said he got there after dark, that he found the guy and they went there right away, and he got there after dark. But,
yeah. Okay. Let's find the guide and then see what he says, and we'll get enough food to last.
Yeah, swamp people have food.
I'm not eating frogs.
Gator. Oh.
Oh yeah. Mutant
Gators don't live this far north.
Who knows? Nah, just kidding. Or maybe I'm not.
The Netherlands Gators.
No, but they do have rape demons, so
Anyway, as you approach the gate, you see that there are like a dozen soldiers, guarding it. They're all wearing this gaudy clothing in mostly yellow, but also with a tad of blue and very expensive purple. They're also armed rather well, not only with halberds but also with firearms and cutlasses, swords. The sergeant in question the sergeant in charge even has a strange multi-barreled handgun hanging from his hip. Anyway, as you approach the gate, you can hear behind you, "Friends, wait up!"
Yeah.
Stop and look around.
Stop and look around. For a split second, you don't see anyone. Well, I mean, you see people because you are near the gate, and people come and leave almost all the time, especially at this time of the day. Of course, the guards are very happy about that because they can collect money from said people. As it turns out, you even need to pay to leave Marienburg, not only to enter it. Something that wasn't present even in such a tight city like Talheim. Anyway, after
it's the Ronaldo tax.
yeah, it rather has to do that Marienburgers are
very clever. I like it.
Cheap bastards. Well, cheap and greedy bastards. It takes you a split second to see a man walking towards you in long cloak, covering his half-armored frame. But you would spot that characteristic black bandana on his head anywhere, as long as the handle of the runic longsword protruding from above his shoulder. Wow, it's your old friend Nihilus. He walks towards you, casual-like. Well met.
Trying to remember the last time we met in person.
It was known. Remember known?
I do, I miss it.
Well, Herr Falk also misses you a lot. I've heard you're going
I'd rather deal with him than deal with these blasted boats.
I've heard you're going to the
Ain't
swamp.
that the truth?
Can I buy you a dinner first? Maybe something to drink.
Absolutely.
I know a fine.
Can't say no to that.
I know a fine place not far from here. They have excellent duck. Come on. Yeah, you see that. Other than
Yeah.
being a rather stone-faced bastard, he looks like you remembered him last time. Unshaven, cold-eyed, heavily armed and armored.
This is Nihilus?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just... Okay, wow.
So Nihilus, we ran into a certain individual.
Yes, I know. I've been asked to play the role of good town guard, so to speak.
Ah.
I've heard how she treated you. I'm sorry.
No apologies. I think it was.
Actually, apology is needed. You deserve better. Anyway, you enter a small building, a single-story inn called the Goose. Simply put, the Goose. It looks also rather expensive. You can see big, expensive-looking wagons parked outside, and there are in fact 4 guards standing outside the place. 4 armed, well-armed, and armored guards. Nihilus just flashed them some sort of token. They simply nodded, and let you inside. Inside the building is I thought that how many stories it has? It has 3. Inside the building is fairly crowded at this time of the day, since it's lunchtime. There's the bottom floor, 2 more, and each and every single one of these floors is dedicated to making people feel comfortable and to eat in relative privacy, so to speak. The tables are spaced far in between each other, and there are also alcoves, where you can eat when you can eat in peace. Nihilus expertly maneuvers his way between the tables and leads you to the 2nd floor, where he enters into a small alcove. Oh, by the way, the alcoves have doors. They don't have strips of clothing. They have doors because this is a really classy establishment. It smells very well. The food, you can smell the food here being of excellent quality, not to mention alcohol. And people here, you can tell at the first glance that they are very, very rich. In fact, they are giving you all strange looks, but also frightened ones, because you are all heavily armed and armored. However, no one's stopping you. And by no one, I mean many of the guards who are also present inside. Clearly, this establishment values its guests' safety. You walk inside a small alcove, sit at a clean and sturdy-looking table. There are those few uncomfortable seconds of silence, and then a waiter comes inside, lights a candle sticking out from an old wine bottle. Nihilus just says, "We'll take a duck and the best Tylean red wine you have right now." And he simply flashes the token once again. The waiter looks, makes big eyes, right away, and leaves. The alcove is big enough that all of you are sitting comfortably, without bumping into each other. Now, what I'm eating it is. I'm damn pleased that you boys are still alive. I also want to apologize one more time. My colleague, she tends to be quite arrogant, you could say.
Yes, well, we weren't sure if she was talking about you or talking about Deadeye, but either way, I figured
She was talking about both of us. Actually. Oh, more about Deadeye than me.
Yeah, I figured if one of you were tied up with her, that you both would be.
So who is she exactly?
She's in the same outfit as I am.
Hmm.
That's all you need to know for now. And I don't think I've did you know, caused you any trouble so far to not trust me.
Now,
Neither.
when we were in the room with her, some strange stuff happened. Is she,
She's a magister.
okay. Okay, because,
Grey
we're dealing with, yeah.
Grey Order, very powerful. Very arrogant as well. We don't usually see eye to eye. I much prefer working with either Deadeye or Mort than with her, but needs must. Look, you might think that you're working for us, or rather that we use you. It's not about that, alright? You can go whenever you want. You have my word, no one will be chasing you, stopping you, sending, wanted posters after you. It's your call. But as strange as that might seem, I simply ask you to help.
Well, I don't think we need any help getting wanted posters of us up anywhere.
Like I said, there won't be any posters after you. You might not believe me, Vincent, but you have my word.
I think working with you has worked out pretty good for us so far, seeing as how we're all heirs to the city of Talabheim and doing pretty good for ourselves.
I kind of look at Sally like, where have you been the last year?
Talabheim is a different story. I've read the reports. You did what you had to do. You did it well enough. Unfortunately, Empire's rule is run by the nobility. They call the shots. They establish the law. There is nothing to be done about that. But you did help to stop the invasion. And for that, the Emperor thanks you.
Power France.
Karl Franz Eternal.
Conference.
Oh, friends.
Now, that said, the business with this boy is shady as hell.
Yes.
I think we can agree on that. And
Absolutely.
it's even worse because of what happened to the Empire during that last year and a half. I'll be quite frank with you. The Empire is on the brink of collapse. We can't afford any sort of charlatan or demagogue or mutant, if indeed this kid is a mutant, to destabilize the land any further. It will simply collapse. Archaon has not been stopped. He's still out there. He's licking his wounds, but he's still out there. The Greenskins are still out there. The vampire counts are still out there. The Skaven, as you might very well know, are still out there.
What's a Skaven?
Exactly.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're not, and that's good. That means that you're exactly the kind of man that we are looking for.
What of the armies? Our armies.
The armies are scattered right now. Marshal Helborg led most of them to Talabheim. Other cities, including Altdorf, are barely defended. In fact, if Grimgor or Manfred von Karstein or any of those bastards knew how much we are weaker than before the invasion, they might probably decide to take over. My outfit makes sure that it won't happen.
I anxiously kind of look at Nihilus. Do you have any ideas where the armies of Wissenland are at? Are they still to the north? Or
Most of the armies are returning to their provinces. Well, most of what's left of the armies. The armies of Ostland and Nordland have been massacred, for example. Same with Ostermark. You Wissenlanders had it pretty well, but even your regiments have taken a huge beating. Some of them are still chasing Archaon to the north. However, the Emperor has returned to Aldorf, so at least that's one less worry. That's one less thing to be worried about. But the danger is still real. The cults, last year, you have no idea how many cults there are, have sprung out of nowhere. People are desperate, hungry, they've lost their loved ones, they lost their homes, so of course they are praying to any god that would listen to them. Any god that would listen to them. The road wardens have been decimated, so there's no one to keep the beastmen and bandits in check. These are grim times. So we must make sure that the Empire will come through this. And right now that kid, who overnight formed a crusade out of few hundred people, if not more than 1,000, is considered a very major threat to the Empire. I'm not going to speak to you about patriotism or duty. You will be paid for your services. Very well. But right now, you are closest to solving this riddle. Out of us all. Deadeye is still tied up in Talheim. Mort is in Altdorf, doing his thing. I was sent here. I could lie that it wasn't after you, but you would probably not believe me. So I ask you for your help. In the humblest way possible. If you disagree, I promise that it's the last time we see each other. And there won't be any consequences.
Well, I owe the gods for everything weighing on my soul, so I'm gonna fight the good fight.
He looks at you, Lucas.
Whatever to get me out of this infested hellhole.
You do understand that if you agree to this, you will probably have to visit Altdorf.
One hellhole for another.
There's no hellhole worse than Altdorf. Trust me. Vincent, what about you?
I have my duty to more, but if that duty does not get interrupted, then I can continue to work for you.
Remember that if worst comes to worst, there might not be a single temple of more left in the lands of the Empire. Instead, there will be temples dedicated to madness. I saw them in the north. Trust me, you don't want to see them yourself. It weighs on the soul. Leopold?
Yes, we are all loyal citizens of the Empire, and we must do what is necessary to save it. Also, we must fight against the heretic.
Very well. You also see that he has a small hammer pendant hanging from his neck. So he probably also, holds Sigmar in high esteem. In that case, I would ask you that after your trip to the marshes, you report back to the embassy with whatever you found. If, for some reason, you have to go to Outdoor after this child, you'll be given an address and a contact there to help you. Right now, Outdorf is teeming with refugees. Well, bursting with refugees, actually. So, lodgings as well as food might be hard to come by. And you, of course, be paid. Is that a fair price for your services?
I've been wanting to go to Altdorf. Get out of this.
Yes, it's fair, Nihilus.
Oh, and
There's
Nihilus is...
excuse me. There's one more thing. We've discussed this with my comrades. You've shown remarkable ingenuity, courage in the face of horrible odds pitted against you. If any of you would wish to serve in a different manner, then that can be arranged. There are benefits to this service. And he, shows his rather exceptional gear. Perks, you might say. Privileges of sorts. And of course being in danger of getting devoured by an eldritch abomination from time to time, but, well, these are the hazards of life in the old world, right?
Yep.
If I had a guilder for every time that happened.
Sean, isn't it about time? But
Yeah,
need to be
we
wrapping up?
are ending right now.
Yep. Mhm.
So, think about that. You wanted to ask me one last thing, Leopold.
Oh, did I? Sorry.
Well,
Yes.
I think it was me, but I no longer have anything.
so maybe you'd remember that after the meal, he told you as the servant brings a huge fat duck, dripping with sauces, stuffed full of delicious stuffing, as well as he also brings a bottle of very fine Italian wine and 6 crystal glasses. Let's eat, says Nihilus.
Grazie.
And with that, you begin your probably last meal before entering the swamps. Cool.
Duck.
Sounds
At the
good.
goose.
Yeah, if any one of you would be hurt, then after eating that well, you could add a single HP, a hit point to your
Okay.
character sheet. But I think you are all on full health anyway, so
Yeah.
So, yeah.
just one last thing. The meal was, of course, incredibly delicious. Last time you've eaten so well after the liberation of Talheim, when the nobles still didn't want to kill you. 10 for today's game, 60 points everyone. 10 points for your characters. Brian, Tylia.
Hold on a minute, Miles. Sorry.
No worries.
I said something about back home the merchants. I've heard stories about the merchants hiring two opposing parties just to watch them.
Yeah, I like that. The mercenary armies of Tylia. Cool.
Yeah.
10. Andrew?
Other than being grumpy about being in a city, not a whole lot.
5. That was, I think, quite nice. Or what the hell? 10. Next session will be hard. Jason? Visenland, 10. Sean, also 10. Wait, or am I mistaken? No, Sean, were you mentioning Wissenland today?
I did. I said it looks like they're gonna let the Wissenland boys take care of things.
Okay, 10. Religion, Brian. Ronaldo, you did say something about the tax.
Yeah, and I did the cross fingers at least once.
Yeah, cool. 10, Andrew, your god? Gods?
Nothing.
Nothing. Jason, more. You were more enough. You've mentioned more at the last minute of the game, so 10. Sean?
Just a minute, Miles.
Yeah, I thought I was saying stuff about Sigmar to the Watch Commander, and pretty much every time they were as like.
You did a very cool thing that serve the Empire. It's one of the commandments of Sigmar, to put the good of the Empire above your own. So 10 points for you. Star sign, Brian.
Righteous, fearless, merciful. I paid the kid like everyone else is kind of scoffing when the kid asked for a tip.
Okay.
So he was promised a shilling, and I
Yeah, you've paid him quite a lot of money, in fact.
felt bad.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you were paying for everyone else as usual. So 10, Andrew.
Mummet the Fool, sensible, intuitive, and lucky. I mean, I didn't do a whole lot today, so I don't know how much of it was sensible, intuitive, or lucky.
Sensible. Were maybe during the speech at the Imperial Embassy, during the meeting?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, it's like I just didn't do a whole lot this time, so.
So okay, maybe next time then.
Yeah, and I get full points for that so often that it's not a big deal if I occasionally don't live up to it.
Sure thing. Jason, what about your star sign?
Gungans, Baldric, honorable, profession of arms. As far as honorable, since we are kind of under contract, I didn't have any apprehensions of reporting, where it seems like everybody else was kind of concerned about.
Yeah, 10 points. It was very nice that you alone, you've told them you told your employers the truth. Like you didn't hold out anything. That was very nice. 10 points. And Sean?
Cacklefax the cockerel. Well, other than not wanting to pay the kid anything, I don't know how cheap I was today.
I think you said something when Vincent told you how much he paid in the Golden Lotus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were asking a lot about the armor, the prices. So that was pretty nice. That's 10 points. Doom,
Okay.
Brian.
The blind maiden shall weigh thy soul. At the end, I said, like he asked if I was in. I said I owe the gods enough.
Very
Weighing my
well.
soul.
Okay, 10. Andrew?
The sword shall bring no justice, only suffering. Quite literally, not attacking that lady in the office because I wanted to.
You wanted to, okay, but you didn't.
Yeah.
Right. That was, it was, I think, more sensible than,
Yeah.
10, okay.
Though you were nervously playing with your knife.
Not in there. They took him away, remember? That was afterwards. That was
Yeah.
afterwards.
You wanted to attack her with your bare fists.
Yes.
That would end well. Okay. Jason?
Gosh, I keep forgetting the actual phrase.
Oh yeah, because you have a new one. You need to update your character sheet with that.
Yeah, it's essentially death will come from within, and I didn't really do a whole lot. Like, I'm still very cautious about the water, and obviously ingesting something with the mask, but I'm kind of stretching at this point.
Yeah, I don't think that it will cut it, if you don't mind.
No problem.
Same, Sally. I didn't really see any halfling play today, if I have to be completely honest. Unless you're going to convince me otherwise.
I'm just trying to think if that is anything food related.
Yeah, I mean, I think that today there wasn't any coffee.
There's not any more points coming, right? Because I got to
No,
go take
no.
care of a kid instance. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and I've updated my sheet. I'm just gonna go ahead and run.
All right, bye, Andy. Thanks.
Okay.
See you. Okay, so that's
Do you
it.
have Doom, Leopold? I don't have anything for Doom.
Our last shatters before the last grain falls.
Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to rush things along. So that we got to go now and do this and go there.
Okay,
than
yeah. I think you were the one who was advocating going to the swamp as soon as possible, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice, 10 points. That's what
Okay.
I'm talking about. Very nice. So I didn't give Bran 5 points for Halfling. Like, no offense, Bran, you are playing very well.
Oh yeah.
And remember that there are also more ways to play the Halfling. Although, you know what? I mean, it could be I would be stretching that, but I could give you 5 points for the pipe. That's kind of Halfling-y.
Yeah, it's like my default. You know what I mean? Just get the pipe out. And...
Yeah.
It's I was bummed that I couldn't go into the Lotus House. That.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to do something. So I got the pipe out. Like yeah.
Okay. What the hell? 5 points for the Halfling. But like I've said, read more about them. There's really more to them than just eating.
Yeah.
And I know you can do like better.
Yeah.
Because
when you got pickpocketed, I was waiting for something halflingy because halflings are known for doing such things.
Yeah, for example. Okay.
That's racist.
Oh, the old world is pretty racist. Okay, so that's it for today. Well, it's a shame that
Leopold, what'd you get
Yeah.
for star sign?
10. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got myself at 110 total for the session today.
It's a shame that Andy disappeared because we would be talking about our next game, but what the hell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about 19th?
I think that should be okay.
Yeah, it should be good. I'll post something if it's not.
Brian?
Yeah, I think that's good.
So for now, let's say that it's 19th.
Okay.
Depending on my on my timetable, if it won't be 19, then it might be 26. But I don't know if I'll be if I'll come home early, early enough to play, because me and a few other boys, we are having an RPG weekend in the countryside from 24th to 26th.
Well, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, we are hiring a small house and essentially. We'll be this is our 1 year only May only RPG weekend.
Sounds good.
Yeah. 1,000 Thrones will be played, of course, because I'm finishing with my IRO group. So if I'll be able to make it, then we might be playing 26, but let's just say for now that 19th. Okay, Sean, I'm not keeping you any longer. Thank you all for the game. As usual, write to me if I'm doing anything good or wrong or whatever, because it's also very important. Your opinions matter, by the way.
Okay. As far as individual kind of things, like I got that meeting with the
I know.
Cathayan again. Should we do that outside of a normally scheduled game, or just do it over text, or do you want to do it as part of the group?
We would have to do that individually, but I don't know if you are going to the swamps right now after the meal, or tomorrow, or whatnot.
Yeah.
So let's just hold it for now. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Yep. We'll maybe do it after next session.
Yeah. And I also, of course, remember about you, Sally, and the meeting with the wicked, with the wicked knives. I want to do these things not during our main game. Okay?
That was the main question, because
sorry, and I would like to do this not via text. I would like to do this via normal Skype game. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for the game. I'll see you on 19th, hopefully. Take care, stay safe. As
Thank you.
usual, it was a blast.
Yeah, great. Thanks, guys.
A good game, guys. See you.
Thank you.
Always. Bye.